Hello, well, Mad Humble friends. Welcome to Humblewood Yonderbound, the second season of our Humblewood game right here on Sword and Key. I'm Derek Sword. I'm the Sword half of Sword and Key. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the second half of a pirate fight. But if this is the first time you are joining us, don't worry. Everything will make sense. Or if it doesn't, j- just stick around for a second. It'll make sense. I promise. I am joined, as always, by these very lovely people here. And I'm going to have them say a little bit more about themselves and their characters momentarily. Then we'll do a recap. Then we'll jump back into stuff. But before all of that, I do want to say this is a Sword and Key production. We are very lucky, I guess, to be produced by Sword and Key. I don't know, that's not the best word. But I do want to shout out our wonderful production person, Eva, who is my partner in life and also my partner in this channel, and has done production for us for many a week. When she doesn't, shout out to Kaila for jumping in there. Shout out to Michael for doing the artwork for this game. But you can find all of Sword and Key stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. I'll say more about that at the break, but you can find links to like join our Discord and see our affiliates and get discounts and donate to places. And speaking of donating to places, this game in particular is in support of Fauna and Flora International, a wonderful organization that works around the world. It's based in the UK, but works around the world to protect the world's biomes, the animals that live within them, and better help humans to encroach in a more respectful way, as human culture and society constantly does encroach. It's just one of those things that can't really be helped too much. But Fauna and Flora International works to help those environments, help those biomes, that when human society is moving into them, that it is doing so in a way that is more symbiotic and less parasitic. So that's always very much appreciated. You can donate to Fauna and Flora International through our Tiltify at any time. And if you do, you can impact our game. You can give advantages, crits, complications, all sorts of fun stuff like that. I'm going to stop talking for just a second here and head it off to this wonderful cast. So Shadow, if you don't mind starting us out, tell us more about your lovely self.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me everywhere relevant at Shadow Sylvia. I play Clarence, who uses they, he pronouns. And Clarence is a Lupu College of the Undead Road Bardlock. Just put it out there for everybody, is definitely on their second death saving throw this battle. Okay, great. Thanks.
What?
It's okay. We're jumping back into stuff. It's all good. Next up, we have Liz.
Hi, friends. I'm Liz. I will be playing Biddy Brightpaw, the Herald of the Storm Barbarian. We got it. We got there. Yeah. Yep. We're smashing stuff and taking names. It's really good fun today. We have a good time.
Fantastic. Next up, we would typically have Queon. Queon is unable to join us this morning, but I do at least want to shout out that you can find all of Queon's socials at Brother Queon, BRUTHAQUEON. And definitely check out some of the stuff that he's been putting out there. He might be able to join us later, but regardless, he does play Soren Dryspell, who is our Tilia, which are kind of like lizard gecko folk, sand druid. So hopefully, if not this episode, he'll be able to join us next time. And we do miss you, Kian. Next up, then, we have Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns, and I play Mochi, who goes by she, her pronouns. And nothing fancy about Mochi, unlike the rest of these weirdos. She's just a cute little trickery cleric with a cult, who has been using the Light of Hath to do ungodly amounts of damage last battle, which is the part I did remember. And what I didn't remember is how few hit points I had until I pulled up my character sheet.
Hard same.
I might be joining Clarence, is all I'm saying.
I think things are gonna be okay, but what do I know? Last but absolutely not least, we have Christian.
Hey everybody, hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internets. I am an award-winning TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space, and today I will be playing Argus Ironclaw, the Swift Strix Scofflaw fighter, and king of the Crest Mountains. And I will try to help make sure everyone stays up. It's somehow, I don't know how, but we'll do it.
The tough part about being a tank. Mm-hmm. Well, Kristen, I believe you have the recap, so I will hand things back to you. Floor is yours.
Okay, how do we get here? We travel through the jungle. used some routes that, though unfamiliar, still made travel easy. Avoided obvious yet terrifying nature, almost falling into the sweet traps of their machinations. And luckily, the route we've taken to let us avoid the dear pirate captain at the end of this damn journey. And we've reached Jasmine. Though I haven't seen her, I know she's here. Hopefully Ferdinand and Lorelei can get her free and get her out here, because right now it's not looking too hot. People are down, almost down, and we're surrounded. And apparently they don't care about firing on their own people. But we'll make it through this. We have to.
Very, very good. Very well done. Please enjoy that point of inspiration. And I'm sure you're not going to need it. Okay. Well, folks, let's see. This is why I take a picture of our initiative order so that we can maintain it. And if I didn't, then fuck me, I guess. What was that? How many pictures do I actually take? Hey, I did take it. Okay, so I'm going to retype in. Sorry, I also moved my desk recently, so all of my little things that used to hold up my phone, which was just a little Godzilla, he's in a box somewhere because I had to move all the stuff. So let's see, chat. Okay, so first up in order was Balthazar Blackbones, followed by Argus with a 19. And then followed by Mochi, also with a 19. And then we have Clarence with an 18. All right. How did that rolling high go for you, Clarence? I deserve that look. Next up, we had Betty with a 17, and then the rest of the pirates, also with a 17. So, with that then... we have... There we go. Whoop, I put Betty twice. I hope you know that the pirates are the second Betty. That's not a hint towards anything. That's just me being bad at typing.
Don't worry.
Yeah. The pirates were the Betty we had along the way.
That's
Okay, so... Jumping back into combat then, starting out with Balthazar Blackbones, who most recently has got the absolute shit knocked out of him, specifically by Argus. He has called in a firing barrage from several cannons, even close enough to himself to hit some of his allies. However, he seems to have been relying on his deck wizard, his top deck wizard, as somebody to heal him, who has recently boosted up his hit points just a little bit with a healing word spell. Otherwise, he has called in other allies to kind of surround and swarm, though you all have also done a wonderful job of taking out several of the cannon squads, leaving a few of these cannons unmanned. There still is one up to your, if you think of north being the top, your northwest corner. There is a cannon squad up on the little cliffside there. As far as you're aware, Jasmine is still inside the hut. She did note that she was not alone. However, you did send in Lorelei, who you think is more than competent of being able to free Jasmine and deal with anyone else that might be in there. Otherwise, you've taken out several of these pirates. You've taken out, what, 3, 5? Still quite a few left, although several seem to be fleeing as well. And there are a few that are down on the beach there that are unable to really hit you because they are lower on a cliff and don't really have the angle. These aren't mortars, these are cannons. And whereas you did not come from that angle, they can't really do much to you at this point and have only just been alerted as to the combat that is ensuing. So, with that, let's go to Balthazar here. He has the Pirate Admiral stat block, and he is going to take his 3 scimitar attacks at Argus, because Argus is his immediate frustration right now. So, let's see. his first attack, and I don't think that's gonna hit. So he has a +7 to hit with his sword. So that first one is only an 11. This second one is a 9, and this third one is a 19.
That one hits.
Okay, so the third one's going to hit. So, whereas he is slashing wildly, because again, he's been knocked about the skull with a warhammer a handful of times. He's looking a little dazed, on top of the fact that he has an eye patch and therefore has depth perception issues. So he at least does land one hit on you. So that scimitar attack is going to be 3d6 plus 2d6. The 2d6 is going to be poison damage. The first bit is going to be just regular slashing damage. Do you have resistance to poison at all?
I do not.
Okay. So we'll just roll it all straight then. Okay, so that is 14 plus 6. So 20 points of damage in total. And no save, you are now under the poison condition until the start of his next turn, so you will have disadvantage on all of your attacks and like ability checks and things like that, as his blade, you've kind of noticed before, has a poison lining to it, and you can feel it kind of coursing through this very narrow slash, as he is just able to find this little chink in your armor, but the poison kind of starts coursing through immediately, and you feel just like a little dizzy all of a sudden. That is, let's see, I think he's already used his bonus action to rally. He did that last time, so that's his once per day. So that is it for his turn. Argus, we then go to you.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I have 2 crits. Nice. I'm gonna use those immediately.
Yeah.
So mark that down, I guess. And then, so just as like the poison is coursing through his veins, he just like is panting heavily, and he just lets out a screech of a roar, and along with that, I'm going to second wind just to regain some health because I need to.
For sure.
And that's 18 points back. Cool. So we're gonna do that, and I'm going to do 2 attacks on him. So one is 19 damage, and the other one is 21 damage.
Okay. So 19, that's 30, 40 points of damage.
And as part of my crits, any attacks on them will have advantage until the start of my next turn. So
very nice. Okay, so whereas he kind of has this little bird-like smile on his face after he sees that he has missed twice but still gotten the poison condition put on you, you rally nevertheless and smash this bird about with the warhammer, leaving him dazed and open to an attack. Fantastic. Anything else for your turn?
That is my turn. I'm going. Wait, yeah. Because I'm trying to see who I'm in front of. I'm in front of these 2 people. So, yep. That's my turn.
Cool. All right then. Next up, we have Mochi.
Okay. Step 1. Get Clarence off the ground. I'm not doing great. Clarence is down. Argus just got pummeled again. I don't know how Betty is looking. Probably halfway decent, but I'm gonna heal her anyway because I'm gonna use Mass Cure Wounds to heal up to 6 living creatures. So I'm just gonna get my entire party. Please roll good. Yeah, acceptable. 21 points of healing to everybody.
Okay.
Let me put them in my own sheet before I forget, because that would be dumb.
69. Nice.
Nice.
That was my action. And then bonus action, we're going to be walking my daylight spell around a little bit. I'm going to take daylight for a walk. As I look how far I could send it again. 60 feet. It was the one with the blue center, and I
Mhm.
want to take it to like clear out these bandits here. So put it like, wait, where's my freehand thing? There it is. Circle. If I put it here-ish, I want to get the deck wizard and a bunch of those 3 piratey things, and then not hitting us.
Okay,
I'm still
so
I
remind me what
can't
the
erase
range
my
is.
own thing.
You can move it though. You can click and move it.
Oh, there's okay. And then it's 30 to 5. And I wanted you. You were the. I almost said the cock. The big chicken is the deck wizard, right?
The big chicken is Ferdinand. The deck wizard is the one with the purple spot. Yes, that is the deck wizard.
Ferdinand can dodge. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll put it there.
Okay.
Yeah, that should work.
So I'm sorry. Range one more time.
30, but I can move it within 60. So movement and its active range are different. So it should. Yeah, Ferdinand will be fine. He's a big boy.
Ferdinand will be out of it. You'll get 2 of them with this.
Oh, in that case, if I scoot it over one, do I get one more? I go.
If you scoot it over one more,
Let me click it.
that's when you'll get Ferdinand and the deck wizard and the extra one. So if you're willing to put Ferdinand at risk under a Gaius spell,
I mean, it feels morally reprehensible, and yet I'm tempted to say yes.
what else is new?
Yeah, from that.
Anniek, if I could buy you a shirt that said one thing, it would say, "It feels morally reprehensible, but I'm tempted to say yes."
Yeah, from there
I'm
you
gonna
don't
scoot it
get-
one left instead of one up and left, and then I'm gonna get at
Okay.
least one more pirate, but not Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you will get the deck wizard. You will not get the pirate next
No.
to Ferdinand. You will not get Ferdinand,
But then
but
I
you
get
will
that one
indeed
and his friend. Yeah,
get both pirates. Okay.
we'll get those two.
What is the save?
Oh, I want a T-shirt that says that. Was so bad now.
We'll add it to our merch store.
I already clicked out of it. Daylight. There it is. Because I'm pretty sure it's Constitution. Where'd it go? Dawn. There it is. Constitution. Yeah.
Constitution. Okay. So for the 2 pirates, they got a, let's see, a 12. For the
Fail.
deck wizard, that is an 18.
Pass. But he'll take
Okay.
half, which is
Okay.
still something.
That is still something.
So far, this spell has really paid off.
Yeah, daylight's hitting
Well,
hard.
Dawn, technically.
Dawn, thank you. Yeah.
All right. That is a D8 and not a D10. Hang on. There it is. 10 and 16 is 26 to the ones who failed. So 13 for the one who passed.
Okay. You take out 1. Let's see here with the 26. They only had 26 hit points left exactly. This one still standing, and the deck wizard is looking pretty rough.
Okay.
I was gonna say with full damage would almost like knock it on death's door, but looking pretty rough at this point.
Good.
Who knew a wizard had Constitution?
Yeah, not a ton, just rolled higher.
Fair enough. And then provided Clarence at least wakes up, doesn't get up yet because they were prone. We're like, all right, Clarence, you and me, like we planned.
So, Clarence, on the ground, your eyes opening, you look down at a very confident Mapak. And this is not heaven.
It could be, but it isn't.
It could be. It's like, did Hath take me finally? Okay, no, okay, all right.
not burning. I did something right.
So Anniek.
We made Hell Cannon 2 weeks ago. You're good.
That's fair. Anniek.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
They got rid of the drawings. Which one was it again?
That one.
You don't want to.
Yellow.
You don't want to go to the other one.
We could.
But then there's people there.
I'm trying to stay away from the people unless I can bring Dawn. You know?
Okay, no, that's fair. All right, let's do that. Upon
I love you, but you have 21 hit points.
Upon looking up and seeing the confident Malpok, Clarence just grabs Mochi's hand, stands up, and immediately casts Dimension Door to take us to the cannon that is marked in yellow.
Okay.
We're a cannon crew.
Let's go, baby.
Look, I figured Mochi out of everybody would figure out how to use the cannon.
We'll find out.
We will.
We'll find out.
And then hold up. Pause 5 seconds. All right. For my bonus action, Clarence is gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Mochi.
Okay. Fantastic. Anything else for your turn, Clarence?
All good.
Wonderful. All right, Betty, it is your turn. You have seen two of your most least responsible party members just Dimension Door over to a cannon. Do what you need to do.
Yeah. So remind me, because it's been a minute since I've tried to do anything super weird. How does moving between people work? Like, if I just want to, like, step through a couple of folks to get into a certain position?
So, if you are, like, so there's certain classes, or not classes, certain, like, races where it's like, hey, you're small enough that you can, like, squeeze between their legs. Probably not you. So, typically, the way that it's thought of is, like, shoving your way between people. You're essentially red rovering. So it's typically done as either a dexterity versus strength or strength versus dexterity. You pick one, they're going to pick, their better one. And so they're going to try to prevent you as you try to either slip or push your way to the other side.
Got it. Okay. Well, in that case, I would like to strong arm my way through these two folks here so that I can get into position back here.
Okay. Yeah, it's just going to be essentially against one of them because you are moving through the space of another individual. If they were bigger, you could perhaps even climb over them, but since they're your size, yeah. Okay, so these are essentially the same person, same stat block.
Sure.
So would you like to do strength or dexterity?
Strength, please.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll. They are going to make a dex roll to try to catch you, basically move their Red Rover arms down and either block with a blade or otherwise try to shoulder you out.
But you get advantage because it's technically the strength-based thing, and you're raging.
I am not raging yet.
Oh, did not know that.
But I am going to use one of my advantages. So
Okay.
That is a 16.
Okay. They got a 5 + 7, so that's only a 12. So, Betty, you are absolutely able to, as like the blade kind of comes down to stop your movement, you are able to almost like catch the arm and shove them back, forcing, like shoving your way as a barbarian through this space and getting to the other side, essentially flanking at this point. So you find yourself on to the back of at least one of the pirates. Balthazar has noted you and is kind of has this stance to try to incorporate both you and Argus now, and the pirates are kind of reeling as well. What would you like to do with your turn?
I would like to rage. Very much would like
Please
to rage
do.
now. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that off of my sheet. And so we've talked about this before. As Betty rages, this effect kind of blooms out from her feet. It looks like rippling water. It doesn't actually like really affect anybody. Except that somebody named Balthazar is definitely going to have to make a dex saving throw or take some lightning damage.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to say, as you rage, thunder crackles above, and a lightning strike kind of ripples through the sky. He rolled an 8, and this is dexterity.
Yes.
So he has a +10 save.
No, what?
He's very dexterous. So as an
Plus
18,
10 save?
That is
+10 dexterity
bonkers.
save. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he has a
gross.
he has a 22 dexterity.
That's gross.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. Okay, well,
22. What the hell?
Yeah.
he's still gonna take half damage. So
Okay.
Yowza.
roll these fancy new dice that I got.
Yay.
They did not roll very well for me, but that's okay.
Damn.
That's 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
And since Argus is also, and I guess clone Mochi, but Argus specifically, because I only get to pick one person, you are resistant to lightning damage while you're inside the aura. So
Huzzah.
I don't know if anybody else has lightning abilities, but
I'll take resistance sake.
yeah. I don't know if the storm aura counts as an action or if it just happens.
I think the aura just happens. I think
the aura
when
just
you
happens,
rage,
too.
it's
Yeah.
part of the rage effect.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think we're gonna go ahead and make an attack as well. I get 2 attacks now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and aim for this guy over here, try to take some of the littler guys out one by one so we don't have too many to deal with.
For sure.
Alright.
Hey, I've been trying, okay? There's a lot of them.
That was
There are
not,
quite a few.
That was not a slight.
Yeah.
I've
You're all
worked
doing your best.
So hard.
That's not me talking
I
shit.
try and I try and I
Not a
try.
slight, it's a bark at Derek.
Derek, why are so
You
many
were
of
all
them?
warned exactly how many there would be.
Too
And
many
I,
guys out here.
Are you?
you all got your intelligence. I kept to my word. I did not increase that number. I did not decrease that number.
True.
Like any of us can count.
that was a very
That's
terrible
my
roll.
mistake. I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
That was a 9 to hit. That was a
Okay.
terrible-
A 9 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Do you have
I
advantage
guess-
because you're raging?
No, but I get a second attack.
Okay.
I forgot about that part. That was much better. 22
22 absolutely hits.
hit. Okay. Where are my d10s? You'd think I know what they look like, but I don't use them often enough anymore. That is 9 damage. 9, hold on, wait. Where's the rage? Plus 3. 10. Total of 10 damage. I didn't update my equipment.
10 damage. All right. Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anything else for your turn?
No.
Cool. With that, it is the pirates' turns. So, these 2 pirates that we're going to focus on Argus now have a raging barbarian at their backs, and so they are going to turn and take their attacks on Betty. So, let's see. These have 3 attacks. They're going to make attacks with their blades as well. So these all have a +7 to hit. So this is going to be
Did
6.
you say they each have 3 attacks?
They each have 3 attacks. So this is going to be 6
Oh.
attacks.
Okay.
So 6 attacks with a +7 to
I-
each.
May have made a very poor calculated error.
So that is a 22 for the first one. That's a dirty 20 for the second. That's only a 16 for the third. Does 16 hit?
Yeah, meets or beats. so-
Meets. Okay. Yeah, 18 on the die. Only 3 on the die. And then a 16 on the die. Okay. So it'll be 5 attacks then.
Let's
So
go.
Let's get
Let's-
that half damage. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that too.
At least you're
Oh.
raging.
I was
Yeah.
I was gonna say, oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Oh no!
Oh boy. I was like, Hap has got a place at the table for me. Like,
That's how Clarence and Mochi almost went down when they had like 3 pistol attacks for us.
That's how Clarence went down, I think is what you meant to say.
I fixed you. I fixed you.
It might have been that in
Okay.
the canon.
rough.
So in total, that
Half
is
was like, I'm sorry, breakfast isn't ready yet.
68 points of damage. So
Lord.
halved, that would be 34.
Okay, we're lucky that it was halved, because otherwise that would have been
Rough.
34? 34?
There would be 34 for you, yeah. Okay. Next, let's see. The one that's still fighting Ferdinand is going to take his attacks on Ferdinand, who is holding in there. He's still got he just dropped below 100 hit points, but also the pirate he's fighting is hanging in there pretty well.
Honestly, that sounds like I could have hit him with Dawn without any issue. Just putting it out there.
I mean, he's been fighting one guy. He's just been occupying this person so they can't fire the cannon. The deck wizard is going to run out of the Field of Dawn, as well as this pirate as well. I'm going to say that the one that just ran out, seeing Mochi standing, the copy of Mochi, is going to take his pistol attacks at Mochi. Only watching them, go through and patter on the door behind. So have him essentially waste his turn. Let's see. I'm gonna hold off on the deck wizard for just a moment in this other pirate. I am going to have, since Mochi and Clarence just occupied a cannon, these two on the ridge are going to fire their cannon at you all. So let me find my
Fine.
cannon.
I feel like they should have to take a turn to like aim the cannon.
So
No.
technically they do, but that's why there are 2 of them. It takes a turn to aim and a turn to fire, so that is why there are 2
Wow.
on
Okay.
a cannon team.
I
Yeah.
see, you thought about this. Got it.
I did.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's why
Thank you so
almost
much
like-
for recognizing that.
It's almost like you've done this before. Weird.
I don't know. I mean, once or twice.
you know.
Thank you. So that means so much to me. So let's see. For a cannon, which I don't often use. Let's see. Siege equipment, cannon. There it is. This is going to be. I think we said that was 40-10 because that's way too much. This is going to be a +6 to hit, and. Cool. I'm going to use the actual pirate's aim for this. So, what is there? There we go. So, let's do a d20.
And do we
So
it
this
to
isn't-
dodge or
Well, it's going to try to beat your AC. So, it's going to be a range. It does take up a 10-foot space. So, both Clarence and Mochi and the cannon are all part of it. The cannon has disadvantage unless one of you are taking disadvantage to give it to actually move it out of the way. They rolled a 9 + 6, so that is a 15. Does that hit? Does not hit Clarence, and it does not hit Mochi. Okay. So you watch as they have been aiming the cannon towards the large group of the skirmish that's actually occurring. But they turn to adjust their cannon at you, and it fires over your heads. It is let's see what it is. It is like a ball of lightning that gets fired outwards and crackles above your heads and slams into the wooden structure behind you and leaves this big charred mark. But otherwise they miss. That is it for the cannon's turns. I am going to have
blowing up our own houses.
Do
Dumbasses.
they also have to take a turn to reload?
They do. It's a bonus action to reload.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm going to have some reinforcements start.
No.
running.
You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure every mechanic is spoken
That's right.
for. I
That's
respect
No,
it.
I mean, absolutely, you do. Yeah. Please catch me on shit.
Also, no reinforcements. That's unnecessary.
To be fair, I do have 2 of them running away. So these 2 that have already been damaged, I believe, are under the fear condition from being intimidated by Mochi's Dawn. And then this one as well are going to be running for the canoes down here. So they are trying to flee.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, these pirates are going to be running up the hill. Nobody sing the song. With that, let's do the deck wizard. Where are you? There you are. Let's do... Let's do a witch bolt. So this is... No, that's... There we go. Beam of crackling blue energy, ranged spell attack on each of your turns. Okay. What is the range? 30 feet. So Mochi, I think, is outside of the range. Let's see. Yeah, even Clarence is just outside the range. So I think we're going to try to take a Witch Bolt attack on Argus then, since Argus is the one that makes the most directional sense. So Argus, this is going to be, not Disguise Self, Witch Bolt. +5 to their roll. That's only a 9. So this Witch Bolt goes absolutely wild as the deck wizard has been hit pretty hard. It's coming out of the dawn. They're partially blinded. You know, you might have poison coursing through your veins. Doesn't matter for the deck wizards as they load up this spell, but somehow the arcana just doesn't connect properly, and it's like the spell just absolutely combusts in their hands. It doesn't cause them any damage or anything, but the Witch Bolt is not successful. And with that, we are back to top of the order with Balthazar Blackbones. Balthazar, seeing himself hurt and so all kind of surrounded, he's got an imaginary Mochi behind him, a figment of his Mochi imagination. He is going to call out. Let's see. He yells back towards the cabin, and he says, "Mr. Wiley, now would be the time, sir." And he just kind of gets this smile on his face, and he turns to Argus, and there is an ability that Sita have, as he is kind of like a parrot folk sort of person. And he clicks his tongue, and in Jasmine's voice, he looks at you and he goes, "Save me, Argus, save me."
Oh no!
And he is going to take his sword attacks at you after that, hoping that it has thrown you somewhat.
Lorelei has already run him through. Don't worry about it.
So, yes, +10 to each of these.
Good Lord.
So, it's a 29.
That's
a 13
that one
and
misses.
a 13. Okay.
Hey!
So again, only one hit. And then this is going to be that 5d6.
Crazy damage. This is wild. Still, even with one hitting me, that's so crazy.
So 33 points of damage, and you're poisoned once again.
Yahtzee. Okay, damage. Ooh, boy. Everyone. Okay, hold on. I saw in the chat that we got crit. Everyone's got a crit. Cool.
With that is his turn. Again, he is looking pretty rough. He's like, his beak is cracked. He's got like a little trickle of blood coming out of the side of it. You know, it looks like he's bit his tongue a little bit. One wing is kind of crooked that you've smacked with the hammer as he is, still trying to riposte with his pirate's blade. But he's definitely looking pretty roughed up.
Yeah.
With that, I believe we go to your turn, Argus.
I mean, I guess as soon as he speaks in a tongue that's not his, it's just like an instant crack. Like it's an instant as he just tries to break his jaw. Because how dare he use his dirty tongue to even pretend to be Her Majesty? As he just cracks him for 19 points of critical damage. And then I will roll for my second attack.
Yeah.
Get him.
I will use one of my advantages to make it flat.
You got it.
As we will roll beautiful beam footage for another natural 20.
Okay.
Not even
Yeah.
joking. For 30 to hit. And this is just like, how dare I, like, this, not even weasel, as that's a 23 damage total.
He had 19 hit points left.
Hell yeah.
So with that, do you want to describe how you fell Balthazar Blackbones?
It's just crack bottom half, and then the swing back is cracked the other way. It's like
Absolutely.
a twister.
And he just crumples to the ground in this black cloaked mass. It's kind of hard to tell because he has those red parts around his cheeks. The kind of parrot that he is otherwise black with those red markings, and the blood kind of stains those a little bit deeper red. As the other pirates all kind of look to their now felled captain, I'm going to give them disadvantage on everything as they are now intimidated, as they have lost their captain, their admiral, technically their pirate king, has been felled before them. Is there anything else you would like to do for your turn?
I want to pick him up,
Okay.
and I put away my maul, and I pick him up by his ankle, and I just start swinging him.
Just hitting a dude with other dudes.
Mhm.
All right. Well, as we described before, dead body counts as an object in D&D rules, and you are a scofflaw fighter, so improvised weapons can be dead bodies. So great. This works towards your class. Okay. With that, as Argus picks up the body of this pirate king by the ankle and starts swinging it around like a haphazard morning star, we go to Mochi. Mochi, you are in control of a cannon. God help us all.
All right, what do I roll to figure out how this cannon works?
So this is you're already like, I'll give you advantage on this because this is a machine that does use magic, even though you are not an artificer or a fizzler or whatever they call it in Humblewood. You have like your dad has given you enough knowledge to figure out like this is more or less how this works. But this is an arcane cannon. It does have, as we described, like one of those similar gemstones to what the Borealis is, but like cracked and imperfect, but it's placed into the cannon where the actual like fuse would be. So it's firing off different types of like elemental damage from it. To figure this out, I would probably say investigation or arcana.
All right.
I think, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any others. I think those probably make the most sense. It would feel like an intelligence-based thing, less of a natural thing to figure this out.
Fair. All right. Advantage, I'll use the... hang on. I can choose to use the Bardic after I roll, but before you tell me if it works, right?
Yeah, honestly, I'll let you use the Bardic whenever. I think it's weird to try to, like, get it in right before I say whether it's successful or not.
All right. That is a 16 on the regular die, a
Okay.
6 on the Bardic. Emoji, not that smart, so it has a solid +0.
But with a 22 just right off the bat, that's pretty
Look, I'm
good.
made of wisdom and charisma, okay? There's a reason I didn't get into wizarding school.
I really like
Reason
that
why
the
you're a
Bardic...
cult leader.
Yes. I really like that the Bardic is like, Mochi's like, I've almost got this figured out, and Clarence is like, that's the trigger. That's how it works. So yes, you very quickly determine, like in this split of the moment, you've seen these cannons fire. You at least know, hey, point it towards the front, don't get in the way. And you can see that there is a like kind of wheel that you can turn to actually like turn the cannon itself, and then it has a set of levers on it. One is very clearly like, hey, pull this lever and it fires. It's connected to the right mechanisms. The cogs all line up. You do see that like with that as well, you're not sure what kind of damage it is going to put out. So with that, like I said, there's a whole bunch of levers. You know that they're all technically going to fire. You don't know exactly which one fires what. Where would you like to aim and fire this cannon?
That is one way to find out what it fires. We are aiming. We're just gonna aim here. Oh, you can. Hang on. Why is that suddenly a rectangle? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. And what I will say is to aim and fire, this is going to take up Clarence's turn as well. So,
Yes.
Clarence, are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
board.
We've been going.
Yeah. Tap, tip, tap,
We're
tap,
aiming for Deck Wizard.
Okay.
Hey,
God, this
buddy!
just reminds me of like Ewoks
Right
with
back at you.
Imperial stuff. If one of you would like to just roll a d20 and add a +6 to it, I will
Should I?
essentially give you proficiency in cannon firing with that roll.
Okay.
I'm just picturing the Ewoks and they get on the little like speed cruiser thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you all are
Ewok
yub-nubbing your
here.
way into war crimes, which is
More
Amazing.
war crimes.
more war
Okay,
crimes. Just
no.
full
We've
pause.
established that it's not a war crime if we're not
There's
at
no
war.
war.
This is
That's
general
right.
crimes.
It's just general crimes. And we're like
General crimes.
bandits and pirates, so crimes is even like morally questionable.
Yeah, does maritime law even count?
We're on land, Derek.
They're pirates. I don't know.
24 to hit.
24, I think, will hit every single one of them. If you would like to roll, what is it? It is 4d10.
Alright, Shadow, you're rolling these ones.
Oh,
I did the hitting, you do the hurting.
So, Anniek, then, if you would like to roll me a, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 5,
Damage type.
6. Yes, if you'd like to roll me a d6.
Alright, what am I aiming for if we're wanting necrotic? Just out of sheer. 2.
Okay, with a 2, Shadow, what is the damage?
That is 19 damage.
19 damage. You see a massive like block of ice form, this like large chunk of just spiked ice, like a spiky glacier just fires forth out of the cannon, fractalizes into all of these like tiny little ice knives. You're essentially casting a major form of ice knife that just pelts and pierces through these folk. Shadow, I'm sorry, one more time, what was the damage?
It was 19.
19. Exactly how much the deck wizard had.
Ah!
The deck wizard is down. The other two, one is still up. The other one's looking incredibly rough.
Long.
Mochi, Mochi, it's like wintertime all over again.
I know, right? Do you want to see me try to make one of those other pirates explode?
Always.
Assuming I still have a bonus action, I'd like to move
Yeah.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Why can I not select it this time? Oh my god, there it is. Yeah. And now I can't pick it up. You know what? Oh, but I can use the keyboard. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, we're trying to avoid Ferdinand because apparently that's not cool. So we'll just move it there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Looks like 30. Cool.
at 30.
Okay. So with these two,
I wish Dawn would incinerate them so Mochi could just be going, no body, no crime!
well, maybe that'll happen. Let's find out. For the pirate on the left, this is Constitution, right?
Yep.
Okay. That is
Not a great
six-
DC, but it's still fun.
Yeah, it's a 16 for the pirate on the left. For the pirate on the right, let's say also +2. That's a nat 1. So,
Love that for them.
oof. Yeah, no, they have 9 hit points left. So, how bad is this for these unfortunate souls?
Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Indeed.
Excellent song. Did I mention I can't count yet? 15, 19, 23.
23. Okay. So the grenadier on the right is downed by this blast of dawn, and the pirate officer on the left is looking pretty rough, but still up. And so that's no.
Okay, but okay.
Yeah.
And
just
Mochi
'cause
would
it's
like to
succeeded.
just go to Clarence. Do you think Argus will let us keep the cannon?
Yeah, we have to get back on a boat eventually. So like I feel like the cannon on a boat would be like really helpful.
Exactly. And there's several here, so we can like really figure out how this works one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Soren gets back, Soren's probably going to be the one that you have to sell the most on cannons.
We'll just throw his sister in front of him, and we'll just be distracted while we sneak the cannons out behind him.
Yep. Okay, moving on then to Betty. Betty, you have the captain who's been felled. You have 2 very damaged pirates in front of you, and a handful of others who are kind of running up the hill. You maybe have an inkling that they're on their way. You also have those 2 that are still on the cliff that are aiming the cannon.
Cool. Well, since I've got these 2 guys in front of me, we're gonna stay here. I'm not gonna move anywhere. Let me rephrase that. I can't take any attacks of opportunity right now. So, we're just gonna go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Storm Aura again and move that from Argus wielding the dead body of the Admiral over to this guy here in front of us. So, he will need to make a... Where did it go? Dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
It's 14 DC.
14, and that's okay. So, with a 14 DC dexterity, so the +7,
Ugh.
rolled a 9, so that's
Ugh.
16.
Okay. So he's gonna take 6, 7, 8, 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to make a reckless attack
Go for it.
on the other guy. This one over here. Yeah, I've got everything on different sheets, and it's absolutely ridiculous. That is a 26 to hit.
Yes, absolutely, that hits.
Fantastic. Plus 3 rage damage. 1d10. Really need to move my d10s into a spot where I can see them more easily. Yeah. 8 damage?
8 damage, okay.
Doesn't feel like very much. It's fine.
For a reckless attack, yeah, it feels like there should be more, but
Yeah.
that's okay. We'll take a look at it here in a second. Okay, so... And then, yeah, that's what it is. Mental math. Cool. Anything else for your turn, Betty?
No. But anybody who attacks me before my next turn gets advantage because I took that reckless attack.
Okay. All the pirates have disadvantage right now, so it would be a normal roll if they do want to attack you at all. And it is their turns, so let's figure out what this looks like. I am going to have... let's see here. What is... That's 30. Okay. So I'm going to have these 4 run up the hill here to get just within range of Clarence, and Mochi. So for these, let's see. These are all the lower tier pirates, which means they don't have rifles or pistols or anything. So they actually can't do that much unless they take all of their movement. So I'm going to have them get right up here then. They have dashed, so they cannot do anything else for their turn. However, I am going to have the let's see, the cannoneers on cannoneers. I don't know. The gunners on the hill, having seen that their captain has been taken out and that there is a barbarian and a fighter, the killer of their captain, they're going to fire the cannon at that little area around all of you. So those two pirates will be in this as well as Argus and Betty. So, and this roll is going to be at disadvantage. Okay, so it was a 14 and a 15, so even a 14 with a 6 is a dirty 20. Does that... Let's see, that hits everybody. Okay, so... Apologize for my screaming bird. 10... Okay, 24 points of... Let's figure out what kind of damage. Of acid damage. This is a blast of like goopy acid that splashes down on top of all of you and feels like kind of that corrosive burning all over your armor and your skin. So 24, let's see, that is enough to take out this pirate. And is almost enough to take out this one. There we go. That is it for their turn. I think that's almost everybody. There's one left over here. Yeah, he's gonna run over here. And he is the only one, I believe, who has a pistol. This is one of the grenadiers, actually. So he is going to take his musket shot. Ooh, well, let's see. 2. Yeah, he's going to take 2 musket shots, one at Clarence and one at Mochi. This is a +4 to hit. So Clarence, that is a 19, and Mochi, that is a 13. So...
Aha, miss!
So the musket ball is going to do 1d12 plus 2. So that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage at Clarence. And that is it for his turn. And I believe that does account for all of the pirates, except for the ones that are toward the south of the map, who are going to board one of these canoes that are actually part of the map, so I can't actually remove them. But they are going to start paddling away as they have decided to cut ties with their former life of piracy and turn to something good, like an orphanage for little baby bunny folk or something. I don't know.
Don't forget to follow Half. Half loves you.
With that, we're back to top of the order with Argus. Argus, you have I guess technically, mechanically, you have intimidated. You've presented disadvantage to all of the pirates by lifting their captain out. Actually, I'm sorry. There's one last thing that the pirate turn would have. Before we get to Argus, the front door to this main hall, this main structure, is kicked open, and for the first time in months, Argus, you see Jasmine. She has manacles on her wrists and her legs. She looks okay, but definitely looks like she's been sleeping sitting upright for quite some time, like ruffled feathers, otherwise clean. She's not like starving or anything like that. No like obvious wounds or anything, but bedraggled. She has been a prisoner for some time, and you can see that there is a figure standing behind her with a pistol pointed right at her. And this figure is wearing like this heavy cloak with this tricorn hat kind of pulled over the beak. And this figure kind of like leans out, looks around, sees you holding Balthazar by like the calf and just like ready to swing around. And Lorelei takes off the hat and she goes, "Oh, I was really worried there for just a second, but you seem like you have everything properly, whatever. I got there. We're all good." So Argus, with that on your turn, seeing that Jasmine is essentially safe, most of the pirates around you dealt with, you would be able to reason that as a mercenary king yourself, you would be able to end this fight relatively quickly with words instead of actions. However, you also do have the metaphorical high ground here, so if you did want to send a message, wrapping up these pirates should not be too much more difficult for you. So with that in mind, what would you like to do?
You're muted, Christian.
Is Ferdinand still fighting that guy?
Yeah, I mean, at the point that like the guy's looking pretty roughed up, Ferdinand has his his great axe and is definitely looking a lot better. Still a little beat up, but yes, they are still engaged in like one-on-one combat. They're not paying attention to anybody else.
Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna chuck the Pirate King's body at him and then break him so he explodes all over that guy and probably kills them both.
Awful. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do an improvised attack.
Just toss it. Just I'm done. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this place. I hate it. It's all the worst. So that is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit way too well. Yes. Go ahead and do your improvised damage.
Okay, so that's I think they changed it here. So I don't know what his body would count as an improvised weapon.
Does it give you options for improvised weapons?
No, it just says you just treat any improvised weapon you handle as if it has the finesse quality.
Okay.
Proficiency with it. And at level 10, I spend a bonus action to break the improvised weapon over another opponent. Add an additional 2d6 to the weapon's base damage.
Okay. So weapons base damage. I'm gonna say a full dude is probably comparative to probably a Warhammer. I mean, you already have the Warhammer on hand. If you want to just add extra damage to that.
Cool, I'll do that. So that's nice. 17, so we'll add an extra 2d6 to that. So then that's 17 base, and then we're gonna add 2 more d6. God, for another 12 damage full.
Oh my god.
Okay, so 26 plus 12, so 38. Yeah, this guy had 20 hit points left. So as you overhand like lob the body of Balthazar Blackbones, and hear like the birdie bone crunch as he slams into and actually takes out one of his own crewmates just by like the sheer bludgeoning force alone, and as the two of them just like crumple together, I am going to say that the rest of these pirates, having seen that, absolutely drop their arms. The four that were like drawing their daggers at Mochi and Clarence see that and just immediately just like drop their daggers and start backing off, especially since they're now like facing down the barrel of a cannon. This one right here drops the musket. The one that's between Argus and Betty just looks at you and goes, that was a lot what you just did, but I don't want that to happen to me, so here you are. There is my sword, there is my pistol. I serve you now, is it?
That wasn't me, Argus, that's all you.
I just love that. That's like, that was a lot. Ooh boy. He's honestly, once he threw that body, he doesn't not care about anybody else as he just runs up to Jasmine.
And as you do, she drops the shackles. It was all a ruse.
Mhm.
Lorelai absolutely had freed her, and yes, she embraces you back, and you watch as like all the pirates are just kind of like shuffling and their feet right now. Um, I think this is as good a time as any, so I can also deal with my squawking bird. Maybe I'll throw him at another person.
No, no.
He's got it coming. But let's go ahead and take our break a little bit early. So we'll be back in about 10 to 15. Go ahead and do the things, take care of yourselves, enjoy our ad reel, and we'll have even more for you here shortly. Thank you so much. Hail and welcome back, humble friends. This is Humblewood Yonderbound, season 2 of our Humblewood show here on Sword and Key. We have just had our party have a major win and level up as well. I often say that off camera, but I want people to actually see your faces when you get to level up. Like that face, Liz. That's a pretty good one. Not that you're going to need it or anything, but on their adventure to save the world once again, personal matters must be dealt with. And this personal matter, at least, out of the way as Argus embraces once again his partner, his girlfriend, or maybe wife. You know, he's used a lot of words, and we're all not sure which is actually canonical. But Jasmine, Killer Queen, has been rescued from the clutches of former Pirate King and menace of the Song Sea, Balthazar Blackbones. And as you now stand in the remnants of just a small piece of his pirate kingdom, scattered about are pistols and blades and felled pirates and surrendered pirates. What would you all like to do?
You're busy embracing my wife.
Yes.
Be wife.
Yes.
Mochi's turning to Clarence, one paw on her cannon, other paw tugging on Clarence's shoulder. A, we have a cannon. Yay, us. B, we didn't finish planning the honeymoon.
I think we'll have time. Yes.
You sure? Because they look...
No, I think we'll
How
have
long
time.
does this take?
Also, like Soren said,
Soren knew places, right?
Yeah, Soren knew places.
We can ask Soren.
Mm-hmm.
You look around
Where
and Soren is nowhere to be found.
Wasn't Soren under the house thing?
See, you can look under the house thing, or
Do you think he's doing the sand thing again?
oh, maybe he's sand.
Oh. Clarence starts like kicking sand. Soren!
Don't kick Soren.
Well, I just this would be the easiest way to find it.
Well, try like patting it instead of kicking it.
Okay, all right. And then with Clarence's giant bunny feet, just kind of does like
Exactly.
the panic bunny thumping.
Yeah, the danger's near thumping. Yeah.
Soren.
You do not get any response.
Huh. Betty, have you seen Soren?
Betty has like sat down on the stairs. She's looking pretty rough.
Oh, Betty,
at this
no!
point. So she's sat down on the stairs, and like when she hears you ask about Soren, she kind of like leans over further and puts her head between her feet on the stairs to look underneath the building.
Mm-hmm. Are you dizzy or are you looking for Soren?
Maybe he's hiding under there, but it probably looks like she's like, man, I am.
Okay, hang on. Clarence, come here. Come see Betty with me.
Yeah.
All right,
Betty.
everybody. Wait here, and Mochi's just gonna cast one more Mass Cure Wounds, because Clarence is also looking like they got hit by a musket ball recently.
It's totally fine.
Harrod's coughs and a musket ball comes out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have 6 again, so I'll also do me
points.
again. I'll get Argus
How many
just
did
to
you had?
19.
top him up a little bit.
I had 12.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so
9.
we'll get Argus as well.
yeah, we were roughing it.
1, 2,
You were
3,
taking it
4.
up.
And by that I mean we
Killer
were doing
Queen,
our
I
jobs,
guess, like,
obviously.
just to get her feathers a little more glossy.
Mhm.
How Lorelai's probably perfectly unscathed because it's Lorelai.
Mm.
She's a little scathed, but yeah,
Yeah, well, she can
terribly
stay
so.
scathed. I will get Ferdinand.
Okay. All right.
Let me. I'm not saying Derek would drop us into another fight, but we're just gonna
No,
roll and,
Derek
and
would
hopefully roll
never.
high.
Okay.
We're not,
I'll
not
drop-
saying that.
Never in his days has Derek ever.
Never.
In his
Only when it's
Days.
interesting for the story.
That was one time, you guys.
Wow,
That
is
was
all
7
fives.
times
Okay.
over the span of at least 3 games.
Everybody
So,
gets 20 back.
Yeah.
fantastic.
And now I'm out of 5th level spell slots. So if we could have a nap at any point while we find Soren, that'd be great.
No.
Just like an 8-hour nap. I would really appreciate an 8-hour nap.
I feel
Very
like
fine, Soren.
I feel like Argus is like he finally like lets go of them. Like once the healing like washes over, he finally like kind of lets go softly and like just like grabs them by the shoulders and like looks them over. Like a person who's been worried about their significant over their paramour for the past couple weeks with no like clear sign. And like he's like checking their feathers and like any blemish, he wishes he could slam that man into oblivion again. The bruises on their wrists, on their ankles. It's just there's so much, not anger, just frustration that he was even a little bit late. Is what Jasmine sees on his face.
She takes your face in both of her feathered hands as you're like sweeping down, like checking for every little thing, and just like brings your eyes back up to hers. And she goes, "I'm fine. And it's good to see you too. I'm better than you are, by the way."
You're always better than me.
You need some rest. I could use some that's not with manacles and bars, and I think we have enough to catch up on. Worrying can wait.
All I've been doing has been worrying, so you'll have to forgive if I'm slow on the change.
I can forgive anything. And it's just really great to see you, Argus. I wasn't sure when the next time would be, but I knew I would see you again.
Nothing and no one would keep me away from you.
She looks past at the like shattered remains of Balthazar Blackbones and just like looks back to you and just nods. I was certain of that.
He turned, as they turn to look, he turns to look and sees like the aftermath of everything because he kind of blacked out and everything. And he's like, I suppose diplomacy failed in this regard. So you'll have to forgive me for that.
You didn't murder everyone. That's very diplomatic.
I guess is that an improvement?
Small steps. And I suppose you have a ship of your own now then.
Technically it's on loan, I guess. We the one ship that we do have that we kind of left back at another city, that one's kind of
No left. She looks down at like one of the pirates and grabs like a spyglass. It's a bit hard to see through the rain, but docked just a little bit downriver there, one of the wider berths of it. Take a look. Pirate code says that she's yours now. And were you to take a look through that spyglass, you would see a galleon, even larger than the ship that you had brought in, I think it was mentioned in a letter, and has enough of a reputation to it. This is the Golden Havoc. This is the flagship of Blackbone's fleet, and the one that he very clearly took to face off with you. So while you do have passage on the Bedlam Rose, you also simply have a ship of your own now, with most of the crew either dead or surrendered to you.
Don't know what a mountaineer will need a ship for, but I'll take it. I'm not gonna say no to a ship. As he like pulls the spyglass away from his eye. I'm glad that Lorelei, he points over to them, was able to do their job properly. They've got a bright future with us. I hired them to help save you, and they've definitely done their job. Service.
Yes, hello, I'm Lorelei. I've been paid to not kill you. If you continue to pay me, I will continue to not kill you. And it is very nice pleasure to meet your, I'm going to go. By the way, there are other people locked up inside. I didn't know if you wanted to release all of them. That was not part of what you told me to do, so I did what I was told to do.
Are those other people with you? And he looks over to Jasmine.
I believe those people are the residents of Wayfair. Not all of them made it, but the pirates were trying to keep them captive and hostage and ransom them off once they had dealt with you. But
Wow. Betty hears that and like looks back up over her shoulder. She's like, "Wow, I'm glad you killed that guy." Because like, that's not okay.
I'm
needs to be said.
I'm glad I killed that guy too. But we should free those guys. We should free those people. That's a thing we should do.
Mm-hmm.
Lorelei goes, "Oh, fine."
Thank you. Lorelei, you're technically still on the clock.
Kicking her feet, and she just goes back again. Lock picking these, lock pick that. Lorelei, you should lock pick these.
Well, there should be keys. Wait, like he like walks over to the munched up body.
What is the fun in that?
You were just complaining about the not fun of it.
Yeah, I know. It's the fun of complaining. But this boosts up my lockpicking skill because while you all are playing Dungeons and Dragons, I am playing Skyrim.
Wait, what are those things? What are you? Is that the
I
wall?
wouldn't worry about it.
What wall is that?
Don't worry about that fourth wall there. Definitely don't like break it or anything.
Okay, it's so fragile. Works in glass. I think he just takes Jasmine's hand, like his fingers playing with the ring on her finger, and not to tears, but like just the softest anyone's seen him. Is the aura you get from Argus as soon as Jasmine is anywhere in his vicinity.
Stoic sentimentality, absolutely.
Yeah. He doesn't even notice. He doesn't even notice that people are missing.
Yes, the storm rages above, but to the king and queen once again reunited, the rest of the world does not exist. Meanwhile, for the rest of you, searching for Soren has got to the point of a bit of anxiety, even as you are looking around the sand for any like small bumps where he might be, or any like bits where he might have become sand, and you're trying to recall the last time you saw Soren. You were fairly certain he was there at the camp. Was he part? Because you kind of just jumped in when it came to the raid itself. Was he part of the plan? You saw the feet underneath the hut, and then you had Ferdinand go around the side, and a few of you dimension doored in. He wasn't part of your dimension door. He wasn't part of your teleportation. Was Soren with you when you first attacked the pirates? Like everything just got like so fast at that point, just like one thing happening after another, and fights are chaotic things anyway, but you can't exactly remember the last time that you saw Soren. It also doesn't help he's the shortest among your group, but yeah.
Mochi will use. Nobody looks like they're actively dying right now, so we're gonna spend the spell slot on ascending.
Okay.
And just send to Soren. Hey, Soren. You missed Argus using the corpse of the Pirate King to beat a pirate to death. Where are you at? P.S. Clarence and I got a cannon.
You can tell that the spell goes through. Like you don't get the feeling that like it hit a wall or bad signal or anything like that.
Not dead. Good.
But you don't get a response.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, one more sending. I've contacted her before. Message to Soren's sister. Hi, Mochi again. We seem to have misplaced your brother. Where should we be going?
Again, I'm going to say that you can tell this is successful in the sending, but you wait some time and you do not hear anything.
Oh boy.
Clarence, do they not like me anymore? No one's replying to my messages. Am I that awful?
But maybe they're like simultaneously sending somebody else, so like your sending kind of goes through, but they can't like pick it up and respond because they're already responding to somebody else's sending.
I guess so.
They should have sending group chats.
That would be helpful.
Mm.
Or like delay answer machines.
Yeah, you should be able to leave like a callback name.
Yeah. Well, they know that I'm Mochi. I don't know if his sister has sending. Because if she had sending, she could have. Never mind. Let's not make plot holes where there don't need to be plot holes.
Thank you.
Do we know where the Borealis is supposed to be taken to specifically?
Specifically, no.
Cool.
You have a rough direction.
Yeah, it's like a pull kind of sensation, right?
Yeah. So Soren at least has given you like the general direction that you're supposed to go, but that is also kind of the thing about Wayfair, the village that you are in, is like the last piece of society, the last piece of like civilization before like adventuring groups go into the bush, go into the rainforest itself.
Sorry.
And okay, and
I'm sorry. Okay, I can't help it.
it's an actual term.
Yeah.
But yeah, before they actually go like trekking off into the wilds, that they stop at Wayfair. It's like, okay, this is base camp, and then here's where we go off into the unknown. So trails are less frequent, if anything. They're like game trails, or maybe there are tribes out there like Sorens. You also got the indication that there's other tribes that are not Sorens that also exist out there as well. So he at least is, a tribe of Tilia. But I think any reasonable mind would know that there's wild creatures out here, perhaps, elementals, monsters, and then the peoples that reside outside of the barrier of civilization as well.
So we can't
so-
just head off in the direction that we think we need to go.
Because that's a death trap. You
I
can.
mean,
It's just a death trap.
But without
well-
Soren, that's extra.
I mean, we can get going without Soren if we can have like an hour for me to have a little chatty talk with Hath, or an 8-hour nap would be great. Because I don't know how our universe works with getting a new spell slot when you level up while awake.
Oh, there's that wall again. Oh,
There's
man.
that wall again. I just want to say, like, if we're ignoring any number of walls, then the 6th level cleric spell Find the Path would be incredibly helpful in getting us in the right direction
That's
before
true.
Soren returns.
That's true.
So all right, hear me out. Sometimes some of us tend to overreact a little when something goes a little south. So maybe would it be such a bad idea if we like stayed here for just a little bit, see if Soren comes back. Maybe Soren had to go wander and check on something and then is gonna come back. And so if we leave here immediately and Soren comes back to here and we're not here, that won't be good either. So maybe we
8-hour nap
stay
here.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with the resting here part, for sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead, Argus.
I was gonna say also we can see what spoils the Golden Havoc has for us to use that can help us on our journey.
Yes. That. Also, do you think any of these pirates know the area? Are any of these pirates Tilia?
You look around and you do not see any Tilia of the pirates, dead or alive.
Good distinction.
Yeah, it's a valid point, though.
Would have been unfortunate. It's like, no, the only Tilia.
Well,
we might have
I
speak
imagine.
with
Yeah, I imagine there's a speak with dead somewhere amongst you.
Somewhere in the crowd. But yeah, I agree that I don't know why it's being called an 8-hour nap when it's just called sleep. It's just we're just trying to get a nice rest in.
Yeah, rest and relaxation. We don't have like the nice spa thing, but we already did the nice spa thing.
Yeah.
And sorry, there's a puppy under my chair. Do we need to do anything to like secure this place after, or like can the previous and again current occupants just
That's fair.
I mean,
go
they're-
forth and fix their town?
I mean, I would that it's their town, so I'll let them do what they want with it.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
are
but like,
the-
do they need additional help, or can we just go like, hey, we freed you. We're gonna go over there and sleep for 8 hours while you rebuild. Like, how much
So-
help do they need right now? Is what I'm asking.
So Lorelei does come back to the door, accompanied by several folk who are all kind of like rubbing their wrists, indicating they might have had manacles on recently. Leading them, dressed like in slightly better clothing, and indicating a higher status, is a raptor harpy eagle gentleman that kind of steps forward. And you'll see as he's stepping forward, 2 of the pirates are stepping forward as well. So if you would like to address any of them to determine anything about them, you absolutely may.
I guess I'll step up to the Harpy Eagle.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're the leader or the chieftain. I'm not sure what you would call your station.
Mayor. I am Mayor Santiago Andes, and I am very appreciative of all of you having saved our small village, and well, I would have preferred to have a little less cleanup, but can't make an omelet.
Weird.
I'm not sure if that's offensive to people like you and me. I should know.
Right? It feels like it's like
How do omelets work in this
Very
world?
strange saying.
Listen, a lot of birds eat other birds, okay?
honestly, this is true.
Valid.
Yeah.
Well,
Or they're bug
yeah.
eggs.
Especially owls and eagles.
Yeah.
Look, I still have questions about lycanthropy, okay?
That's
So
awesome.
many.
We're getting closer to that answer, though.
Ooh.
What happens when a centaur goes to Humblewood?
Oh.
I feel like
I
it's
love
a
that children's
bird.
book.
It's like it's like a bird where the man part would be, and then it's still a horse.
That's just a really weird griffin,
It's like
Mm.
I feel.
just
Right.
like a weird naked monkey on top of a horse body.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Yeah.
Or a naked mole rat.
Yes.
We
No, I
definitely
hate
have
it.
those.
Yeah.
In my mind, the skull is still like the only human skull to have ever existed in Humblewood
Right.
somehow.
Right. Makes sense. Logistics. Uh, apology.
Anyway.
I suppose I will apologize for that. Like looking over to Jasmine, as they're more diplomatic version of what he's about to say. Uh, they they had to go, and violence was really the only answer that they would answer to, and I happily obliged.
I respect your heroism and that of your friends nonetheless. I cannot sit here and say that I would have done any differently were I able to do so. Wayfair and its citizenry are in your debt.
Tell me, do you have any what's the name of Soren's tribe or the Soren's like people?
Um,
Have
I
they said
want
or
to
am I crazy?
say Soren has named them before, but I'll be damned if I can remember what he called them. We can call them the Stone Speaker tribe, at least for now, because I believe that's part of what we kind of established for him is
Cool.
like his ability to speak with the stones.
It comes to my attention that we are currently missing one of our ilk. Though they hail from the Stone Speaker tribe in the jungles beyond this place. You familiar with that name or that tribe?
Um, yes, vaguely. We have had many guides that make their home here at Wayfair and their livelihood leading adventurers further in. I believe we have a stone speaker, and he looks back to like the crowd, and he's kind of like looking up and over. Ah, yes. He calls forward one of there's the smaller kind of like Tilia that comes kind of hobbling up with like this pinkish orange kind of hue to their skin. Hello.
Yeah, it's hello. Hi. I, you are a guide, an expert of the jungles beyond this place, toward the Stone
Yeah,
Speakers.
yes, several parts of the jungle, absolutely. The
Um,
stone speakers. Oh, um, yeah. It's been a long time. I've been living here at Wayfair for a number of years, but my tribe was just a couple over from the Stone Speakers, and we'd hang out every now and then.
though we have lost our guide, if they do not show up, would you be willing to help us navigate the jungles towards their tribe? We have something of theirs we would like to return.
I can get you close. It's been a so we don't go to the Stone Speakers anymore. Um, especially not since the storm. The storm seems to. I don't think it's their fault, but we don't. I can get you close. I can try. Maybe.
That's more than fair. We are not uh, 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 unfamiliar with inane magical storms where we come from. So
Oh,
navigating another one should not be hard.
yeah. I'm a little worried that somebody's unhappy there. Something's upset, and that's where the storm's coming from. But the last couple of times, so I've heard, people tried to go and see them. They weren't as friendly as they used to be.
To anyone or just outsiders?
Well, almost everybody's an outsider to the Stone Speakers.
Did they get violent? Is that what you mean?
They threatened violence. Everybody that I talked to walked away when they were told to go away. I think that's a pretty smart thing to do.
What does everybody
I
else
wouldn't
think?
want to mess with them.
What does everybody else think? I mean, I agree.
We're super good at making friends. Hello, if you met Clarence and me, Betty's super likable. And now that Argus has K Queen again, less unlikable. Don't get me wrong, Argus, I love you, but people are terrified of you.
Good.
Okay.
So we have friendly, and terrifying. I think we'll be good.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
Betty's made of lightning, so the storm is fine for Betty.
Who's Betty?
Points at Betty.
Just waves from the stairs.
Yeah, she's made of lightning, so she'll be fine in the storm.
Is that like a metaphor? Because she looks pretty, fuzzy.
Oh, no. It's only when she's real angry about something.
How much time?
Right now, she's made of
It's
meat.
definitely been more than a minute. Never mind. I was gonna do something fun, but never mind.
You can still do something fun, but
We're not gonna.
You
we're not
you
gonna
can still do
waste a
something fun if
rage.
you
Time
want.
limit be damned. Still something. Do
We're
something.
not gonna
fun.
waste a rage
it.
on this. Come on.
we're going to
God.
bed in 30 seconds. You know how many spell slots I have left?
Betty, you get angry. Scare the guide.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Scare him.
No.
Okay. Well, my name's Kaio.
Hello, Kaio.
And I guess I'll be your guide. My rates are reasonable, and my paths are trekkable.
Perfect.
You may want to workshop the second part of that, but great.
I'm trying. I was a new one. I just threw it
was
out there.
such a good try. Clarence is really good with words, so if you want to bounce idea off of Clarence while we're going, I'm sure
Is
it'll be
Clarence
fine.
the one who's talking to a skull right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say don't worry about the skull, but you should definitely worry a little about the skull. Don't. Okay. Come, just Mochi gestures a little closer. Just quick. I need you to really listen to me right now. Don't listen to the skull. Whatever you do.
Okay.
Perfect.
Don't make deals.
That's talk to Argus, perfectly fine. Talk to Betty, she's a delight. Talk to me, I have a god to sell you. Don't talk to the skull.
What?
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, but talk to Clarence and workshop your tagline, because it's a little clunky.
Okay. I'm gonna walk away so that I can still have a semblance of confidence in leading you all into the jungle and making it back out.
It's gonna be awesome.
Okay. I wish I could say I've engaged with weirder groups.
Really? Oh, I want to hear every. Oh wait, could.
No, I said I wish. I
can't.
wish I could say.
Yeah. No, caught on. I got a look. I'm very tired. I killed a lot of pirates today. Okay, I
Yeah.
caught on a little slow.
Yeah. Okay. They just turn back and wiggle back through the doorway. That was an interesting interaction. I do have to ask.
You called me interesting.
Your hearing is very selective, I've noticed.
Hey, I have a fourth wall breaking passive perception of 20. I can hear what I want to hear.
Fair enough. I was wondering what your plan was with the extra pirates, your superfluous pirates.
I'll look over to Ferdinand and be like, you kind of squashed your last batch. If you wanted to take these ones, you could.
I mean, why not? Technically, the T-Rex did most of the squashing, to be fair, but wouldn't mind having a boat. I've always wanted to be a boat kind of guy.
Well, you can have the boat. I would just need it. I would just need you to, if once the 30 days is over and you still wish to at least be allies, I would love it if I could rely on you. so that my paramour does not get kidnapped by any other brigands of any other kind. I would trust them with you. And I would
It's a
trust
conversation we can have.
Mm.
Let's see what things look like after 30 days. But right now, I seem to be pretty positively, affirmative of you.
That's good. I'm going to see what's on your ship and take what I want.
I am in service to you. Magically and perhaps non-magically. I'm still not sure about that one yet.
That's good. And then he's going to clap him on the shoulder. And then walk over to Jasmine and be like, want to pillage a ship together? And see what's on the ship together?
Like eyes light up. She's
So
like,
romantic.
Yeah.
there are longboats that are down on the beach there. So anyone who would like to go to the
When
Golden
the
Havoc,
moon
you
hits your
absolutely.
eyes like
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Now you get Clarence and Mochi from a different longboat doing a different rendition of "Kiss the Girl" from Ariel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mochi.
La 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 la.
Is Betty
He's
and
kind-
Ferdinand just doing like a stroke? You all make it to the Golden Havoc and find that it has a handful of crew left over. However, the crew that escaped, surrendered, fled, have spread the news of Balthazar's imminent or his current demise. Hopefully, permanent demise. I don't know, we'll see.
Hope. What? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about it. So
Did you know I have Create Undead as a spell now?
I was gonna say it's not up to me whether he comes back. It's Mochi to worry about.
Love that.
And yeah,
Look, I've been thinking about bird hand puppets the whole fight. I'm sorry.
Bird hand puppets.
All right.
Thought process.
But yes, you find no resistance when you reach the Golden Havoc. And this is a much larger ship than the one you were on before. The one you were on before was a sailing vessel. This would classify more as a warship. So this has several levels to it. There's a ladder on the side to climb your way up to the top deck. And once aboard, you find that the crew that have been left behind it's a skeleton crew, and as always, I do have to say this is D&D. I have to specify not literal skeletons, just the term that's used for them. But you find that the cook has been left behind. You have the first mate is actually still on the beach. He did not die. Quartermaster was left aboard. Handful of crew have been left aboard, but only again, just the essentials.
Yeah.
But as you are brought aboard, the quartermaster meets you, introduces himself as Mr. Luckfang. He is a Vulpan, and hands you the captain's keys. It's a ring of keys, which will garner you access to the captain's quarters and anything with a lock on it. This ring of keys will allow you entry too.
Oh.
Quick question.
Please.
Was that luck with a U or a lock with an O?
L-O-C-K, Lockfang.
Lockfang. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And we'll immediately start just opening chests in the captain's room and all the treasure places. Let's go. Let's get some goodies.
Absolutely. And he absolutely did bring quite a bit of goodies with him. You kind of get the idea that perhaps he did a little bit of pirating along the way.
No.
I know. What a
What?
jerk.
No.
Outrageous.
How dare.
but
Okay,
you
so
can
we're
definitely-
looking for a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or any kind of focus that's worth roughly 1,000 GP would be great right now.
I already gave you a spyglass. That's the most expensive thing that you could possibly have.
Oh my god. Get
Look,
me.
Argus is fucking giving away our 30,000 GP galleon for no particular reason. We gotta get some loot in here somehow.
We want to keep this guy on our side. He needs a boat.
Do we?
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
Honestly, I'd like
Look.
somebody better if they gave me a boat, you know.
In my
Also-
mind,
real.
Betty was going to use this as her fishing vessel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, a
Trawler
warship
nets,
using it
just
as a
empty the
fishing
ocean.
vessel.
This infamous pirate ship just
Yeah.
sailing and fishing.
That would be amazing, though.
I
Everyone
could
be running when you show up. You just cast your little.
100% see Betty but bringing this giant, infamous galleon back to her hometown on the coast, and people are like, "Oh God, the pirates are here!" And Betty's like, "Hey guys,
Exactly. Put you in the
hold's
crow's
full of
nest so you
fish,
can
let's
leave."
go."
Yeah.
That's right. 5 gold for a tour of the
Look.
infamous.
A,
Whatever.
you'd be rich, and B, you can have Clarence do the marketing, and it will work.
And we can have Mochi do thaumaturgy to make sounds in the hold.
Exactly.
And whatnot. It'll be perfect.
Wait.
Was it this haunted house ship?
Haunted
Yeah, are we
ship.
just making like the ride
Yes.
of like the pirate ride theme park? Is that
Yes.
what we're doing here?
Basically.
I feel like this sounds
I'm
familiar.
just saying, giving the ship to someone who's just gonna sail with it is like the most unimaginative use of this thing.
That's gonna sail with it.
Boring.
There's so much more.
Who wants to use the ship for what it was actually designed for?
See,
That's
finally
silly.
someone who sees why I have a problem with this.
It's so silly.
Goodness.
I respect it a lot. I respect
Just
the
Mochi
dream.
and Clarence in front of Argus. Argus, please! Just 2 more haunted tours!
What? And, like, it's just confusion. Like, wait, what do you mean more? Like, what happened? What did I miss?
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Haunted.
No, now
Also, can you
haunted?
get some of the crew to mount the cannons? Because Clarence and I can't carry them right now because we're a little tired.
Oh my gosh.
You trying to steal these cannons? Or are you
Yes.
trying to add
What
more
do you
cannons?
Steal both.
These are ours by
These
right.
are our cannons.
Yeah.
So okay, can I ask? So you want to add more cannons to this
Correct.
already heavily cannon ship?
No, we want
they
to
are
use
taking
this
the
ship to
cannons.
move our cannons to where we are going.
They're taking the cannons from Wayfair and adding them to the ship.
Well, Wayfair still needs cannons for its own defenses.
You do get the
don't
idea that the cannons were all brought by the pirates. That
See?
they all, yeah.
See?
That the Wayfair has not needed to defend
Fourth
itself.
wall, you're not
as such.
helping me here.
Okay. This is
I'm so sorry.
The state of the
What if
world is
God
at
says
stake.
those are our cannons now?
we
The
can
state
give
of
them
your
one
world is at
cannon.
stake. Fourth wall, you have to help me.
I'm so sorry.
Let's
Last
weaponize
time-
the people.
The last time they had cannons or anything explosive, a nuke went off in a K system.
Listen, I know that. But listen, I have to follow the rules of this world too. I didn't think that far ahead, and that's the bed I have to lie in.
Ugh. Fine, you can take the cannons, I guess.
Derek didn't think you were going to survive, so he didn't worry about what was on the ship already.
What I thought was that Soren's gonna be pissed because he's already made like note that like a pistol with like a little fragment of this rock was enough to like make him angry enough to melt it. That if you try to take these cannons around, he's probably gonna be pretty pissed.
It's valid.
Good thing he's not here.
Oh, how we worry.
I mean, I could
It'll be
picture
fine.
Mochi and Clarence just sort of going, "Oh no, if only someone with a moral superiority complex were here to stop us from taking these cannons." Seeing if we can like lure Soren out of wherever he is.
All right, load him up. It's worth a shot. Load him up.
Clarence, you hear, Clarence, this is one of those moments where we're a little confused because it feels like the morally good thing is to not take these cannons and cause further death and destruction because that's something I would do. But then you and Mochi are... I'm wondering for clarification here. Some Clarence clarification.
Some answers, please.
No, you're absolutely right. Mochi's 8.
Mochi's
9.
an adult.
That's it. That's it. Mochi's 9. That's it. That's your whole argument.
No, but I think we were gonna use them to help Soren's people in their problem. The pirates are using them just to murderize.
Okay.
Well, not anymore because they're dead.
Yeah, not anymore because we murderized them first.
Okay, but not all of the pirates are dead.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Like,
those-
like all of the pirates.
Yeah, not all
collectively.
pirates are dead. Well, no,
Yeah.
not all the pirates are dead.
Yeah, so
Yes.
clearly our next adventure is going around the world.
Destroying all the pirates.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that the
Obviously.
case? I think that would be the next adventure of,
Yeah.
of the block.
Obviously.
How much closer can we get to Horizon's Call?
I was
just
gonna say,
asking.
and then suddenly that's where the crossover comes.
Listen, season 5 has them going to hell, so let's not ask that question and see where it gets
we
us, please.
established hell exists in Humblewood now.
Which is
We did.
the wildest non-canonical thing. Like, for all the shit that I'm making up about the Tangle Wild and just being like, yeah, let's, right by the skin of our teeth on this. I'm going off of, like, the play tests at this point when I'm
Go off
lucky.
by
And
small
then,
paragraphs.
yeah, and then we're going like, well, hell exists too.
Hell exists.
As all of the gods are just like birds and animals, and then there's hell.
And there's just the devil. You're like,
Humble
oh,
heck.
Humble heck.
oh, heck.
That's too good. I'm looking through. Hey, Griffin Saddlebag, book 2, to see
Yay.
if I can get you some cool magic items that you would find on board. So, if one of you would like to roll me a luck check, this is going to determine
God.
the level. That's just straight D20 roll. The level of magic items you find in quantity, and then an investigation check for those of you who may be looking for stuff.
Who wants to roll that luck?
There's no bonuses to luck?
Luck
Oh.
is luck.
Luck is straight.
I'm happy to throw the luck. I will not
Okay.
be investigating with a +0, so you have to find the cool shit for me.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm a +1, so.
I'm gonna roll the raccoon die, and we'll see if Hath is going to be bountiful. Hath says 18!
Heck yeah.
Pretty good. Okay.
Good,
Very
good
solid.
number.
All right. With that, I'm gonna throw some magic
Hath
items
also
at you.
wants me to have a cannon.
Yeah, but what does that say?
Yeah, that's
Here's this god of night trickery and mischief, and it's like, yeah, give the 8-year-old a cannon.
yeah.
Nine!
Just give the 8-year-old
She's
a-
9-year-old. I'm sorry.
Give the 9-year-old a cannon. It's still said out loud, not great.
She's so much more mature.
Look, I've seen how
Okay.
kids play with, like, those
Fire.
little, oh my god, my brain is like, Lincoln logs, but that's not what I mean. But you know what I mean.
I
Like,
don't know what you mean. Help the European out here,
Kids get vicious when they
Yes.
play with
regardless of what they play with.
toys. Yeah, well,
Yes.
sure, but that's what I mean. But, like, you get, like, little army men and whatnot, and they're just like, so,
I'll also point out that Mochi's a 9-year-old with pretty severe PTSD at this point.
9-year-olds with cannons, for real.
And
for real.
PTSD.
Anytime they set something on
PTSD.
fire, that should set them just in panic. And yet they're taking so many cannons that use so many
The
explosions.
cannon did lightning and ice.
Mm. Just never let it do fire.
Wasn't any fire
It'll be
in it.
fine.
There wasn't any fire in it.
Who's got good investigation here? Yes.
I have a 3.
Ooh.
You give yourself guidance. Do you want my guidance?
That a 4.
Yeah.
We all know how OP guidance is now,
Mm.
Yeah, thanks to Baldur's Gate.
thanks to Baldur's Gate.
Oh wait, +3. Wait.
There's so much math.
That. It's a 24.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
24. Nice.
24?
24, yeah.
Very nice.
24.
Yes. In that case, I'm still going through here, but I'm going to say one of the things you pick up are the bracers of the Iron Octopus. So essentially, during these pirate raids, they will have collected a bunch of things that they didn't really dispense amongst themselves just yet. They were probably planning on selling them off, or presenting them to a champion, maybe something along those lines. To start out, the bracers of the Iron Octopus, they are ornamented with embossed with an octopus and tentacle designs. While wearing the bracers, you gain a +5 bonus on ability checks and saving throws to resist and escape from being grappled. In addition, you can use an action to speak the command word, When you do, the iron and leather twist and writhe, falling off your arms to become a giant octopus at a point within 10 feet of you, under your control, that acts on its own initiative count. Using a bonus action to speak the command word again, you can return the octopus to their bracers. The octopus is made of leather and iron. It is a construct instead of a beast. Has a +2 bonus on its AC. And on your turn, you can mentally command the octopus if it is within 60 feet of you and you aren't incapacitated. And basically just have it do octopus stuff. If it is reduced to 0 hit points, it dies and reverts to its bracer form. Pretty good stuff.
Nice.
The other thing
I'm just here
is
for the term octopus stuff.
octopus stuff. I'm going to say you also get Camilla's Quicksilver Mirror because that's pretty fun. And then I'm going to throw some armors and some weapons y'all's way too, but I'm still going to decide on all of those. So I will type all of those things out, and you can dispense them amongst yourselves during the week when we're off. Yeah, there'll be some extra stuff just to kind of have for you all. Cool. So yes, you have thoroughly rated the Golden Havoc at this point. With those rolls, I'm going to say not a lot is left unturned. So you discovered that there's a reasonable amount of food aboard, as well as wines and rums and all different types of piratey liqueurs. You can tell that there are like more hammocks than there are crew at this point. Does anybody have proficiency with water vehicles? Mochi does? Okay. Mochi, you would still know that this galleon could absolutely sail with the crew that it has now. This is like the smallest amount of crew it could have, but it still could sail with this. If you picked up a few more, probably be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, otherwise you have a reasonable vessel. Its sails are sheathed, so in the storm, just kind of rocking back and forth, but is anchored and seems safe at one of the wider parts of the river. It's not going to slam into anything. So
Okay, so God. Okay, so Argus is a bandit king, and we're like
mercenary,
and we're like mercenary, and we're like freelancers, and I'm like your clerical advisor. What if and someone who kind of sort of works for you is going to be sailing this, and if we hire more crew, are we making more pirates? Because or are they mercenaries? But is a pirate just a wet mercenary?
Yes.
Are we adding to the pirate problem if we hire people for here?
You would be making them a privateer.
Yes.
I like the sound of that word. I'm not entirely sure what that means.
It means they're contracted.
Yeah, they're mercenaries.
Yeah, no. Anniek knows what it means. Mochi just thinks it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to give that to you with your water vehicles.
Yeah.
Then in your knowing what starboard and fore and aft and port, you're also like, oh, and here's the difference between a pirate and a privateer. It's just a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's literally just the same difference between a mercenary and a bandit.
Yeah,
when it's paid and the other one's not.
Argus is a king. He is able to decree on a piece of paper that sailing under the Iron Claw flag, they can raid or not.
Do we have an Iron Claw flag?
Argus
well, by
does
the end of the
have-
session.
Argus does have family colors that because all of Ferdinand's were 2 battle axes crossed on red and green, so all of the bandit families had their colors and a symbol.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna be they're gonna be privateers, and are we sleeping here or are we sleeping in the village?
I mean, that's up to you, really. I'm cool sleeping anywhere. Though I would love to sleep in a good place with Jasmine. So I will abscond
I need to be out of hearing range of the happy couple.
You could probably take the captain's quarters. I don't think any of us would object to that.
Fair.
Just saying.
And the mayor survived the fight, right? So we can't sleep in the mayor's house.
Could you imagine? Hey, we're gonna sleep in your house real quick. What?
Yes, you absolutely can have accommodations in town that are free of charge. You are saviors of the village. They're not going to charge you for food or bedding or anything.
I think
I'm
Mochi at this point wants to sleep in like not a hammock and not a place that sways just for a little bit. And we spend a lot of time sailing here.
We sure did.
Yeah,
So just like a bed would be great.
for sure. That can absolutely be accommodated for. So, as you all go either back to shore and find accommodations in the town of Wayfair, or use the massively cushy bed that is in the captain's quarters, or even one of the officers' quarters. Um, those of you returning to the village would find that the townsfolk are kind of cleaning up, removing, scorch marks on the side of their buildings, or are, dismantling the cannons that are left, trying to, remove the threat, as there still are, what is that, 8 pirates left ashore. Nevertheless, the pirates have dropped all of their arms and are helping to clean up as well. Um, yeah, accommodations are prepared for you all. Food is prepared, and you all are able to get rest. Awakening. Technically, if you wanted to do 8 hours, you did the salt like right around, I think, before noon. So you could wake up in the evening if you wanted. However, if you do want to sleep through the night, you can awaken the next morning. Is there anybody who's waking up at night to accomplish anything? Mochi.
That sounds like a trick question.
No, not a trick question. Just don't. I never want to fast forward through something. If there's anything you all wanted to do with the strict like guidelines of this is a rest, I get this back, then I do this. So
No,
Mochi, please.
Mochi is, of course, technically a night creature.
Mhm.
Just a little bit of like general sneaking around, just
Okay.
to stay in the habit, almost. Nothing nefarious, not necessarily stealing anything. Just checking out where people are sleeping, what people are doing. Just promised I wouldn't get in any trouble. Ish. So we're gonna try and mostly stay out of the jungle. Just a little bit of sneaking around. Maybe like swap some shoes around, just to mess with people. And then settle in somewhere she can see the stars and cast Commune.
Okay. Before that, since you are sneaking, do you want to give me a perception check?
I would love to. Yes. Perception's okay. It's on wisdom. I'll use one of my advantages. Plus medium. Dirty 20.
Great. Everything's pretty quiet in Wayfair now. The rain continues to patter down, but nevertheless, you are quiet, even quieter due to the rain kind of like drowning out the sound of your footsteps. You maneuver around here and there, see that most of the windows are dark, until you get to a fire which has like a small kind of like set of tents around it. And you can see that this is where the pirates have kind of camped out. They have been kicked out of all of the buildings at this point, and have not made their way back to the ship just yet. And there are a few of them that are still sitting up in the night and just sitting around, but you do hear them chatting. Did you want to listen into them at all?
Yes, please.
You would listen as a few of them are just kind of grumbling. Just you over here. There's a hedge who's just kind of grumbling to himself. So why do we have to follow this new bandit king, mercenary king? What's to say we can't just, take the ship and... the pirate code is meant to be just suggestions, right? I mean, you keep what you kill. I mean, I ate a fish the other day. I don't get to keep whatever the fish is. And you see, like, a hand goes up from this older Vulpin. He has like a coyote kind of look to him. And he holds up a hand, and you kind of get from the style of dress, maybe just like the quality of dress as well. This might be the first mate. And he holds up this paw hand, and he kind of looks and goes, "Listen, Mr. Scruff, I appreciate your concerns, but nonetheless, did you see what he did to the captain? Do you want that to happen to you? Besides, what'd the captain ever do for you anyway? He was a right old bastard, and he was his whole life. He got to the top by killing everybody that ever challenged him. I was lucky enough to keep my head for as long as I did. Luckier than the last first mate. We have an opportunity. We have a new beginning presented for us. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm tired of sticking my knife in other people's backs. It's about time we look somebody in the eye if we're going to kill them. If we're going to kill them. Maybe this is a chance for us to go legit and stop having to run. And maybe get to see civilization every now and then without people running and screaming. It's been a long time since I put my toe pads on sand that wasn't covered in blood already. And I'll tell you right now, if any of you want to challenge that, then you can kill me in my sleep like the cowards you are, but this Argus fellow, I've heard of what he's done, and I've seen what he's done. So keep your beaks and your maws shut, unless you actually want to do something about it. But I know you don't. And he kind of pulls a blanket up over himself in the rain and kind of just stares into the fire. And you see as like all of the other pirates just kind of grumble amongst themselves, and with your perception, you see one kind of nudge the hedge a little bit. And this is let's say this is a oh, there's so many options now, that's the thing. Say this is a mustel, like smaller kind of badger individual. He just kind of nudges the hedge and goes, well, he should have told you, didn't he? And you see the hedge just go, shut up, Mr. Sweat. That is all you really get out of that. At that point, they all kind of like go about their business. Like somebody's been told off, like this isn't a time where we're going to break in a song or anything like that. So,
What was the hedge's name again?
the hedge's name is Mr. Scruff. And then
asking for a friend.
Yes. The first mate, I believe you saw him be given a command earlier. That's Mr. Barkley, and then the badger was Mr. Sweat, SWET.
SWET. Okay.
But yes, you wanted to
Check.
cast Commune.
Yes. Also noting Mr. Scruff for certain treatment later.
Right.
Look. Commune. Pauses up. Okay. Oh, so many questions. I only have 3. Hi, Hath. Just quick check-in, because I didn't hear back. Is Soren reasonably okay? Like, not actively dying. Like, not dying at a faster rate than the rest of us, basically.
It'd be so specific. Like not dying, 60 seconds a minute. Let's see.
Reasonably okay. Like, I get that he's not okay because he's not here, but not like don't sleep, go find him, not okay, you know?
Okay, so questions that can be answered with a yes or no.
Or a short phrase.
Aren't necessarily omniscient. You might receive an unclear answer as an answer if the question pertains to information that lies beyond. Okay, okay. I'm gonna say you get the response. Soren remains safe.
I'll take it. Okay, good. Second question. Not so much of a question, just wanted to let you know that I am cool with being in a cult after I sounded concerned last time. Just wanted to make sure we're chill.
Just
Are we
like
chill?
things.
Are we cool? Do you still like me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good to hear. Ooh, I had a short list of questions, but the short list was still 11 questions. Um, oh, which one? Is the Stone Speaker clan more unfriendly because of an outside influence?
Technically, yes.
Thank you. Bye. I'll dedicate a cannon to you.
This is a freebie. Please don't.
She still likes me. She still likes me.
There's a short line between like cult and religious war as you're like, feel the love of half.
Make you fill it with a confetti or like a pie or something to really make it.
Lightning is like party streamers, right?
No, wow.
Only once.
Why did you make that face? I thought it was a very logical.
Party streamers,
Lightning
then
is like party streamers.
party streamers, and then confetti as the thing it hits explodes and bursts into flames.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, back to bed at this point. But Mochi's thrilled. Those were good answers.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, as dawn arrives, muted though it has been for quite some time with the storm that rages ever above, you all awaken and find Wayfair. Once again, the village people of Wayfair have resumed, fixing up the cannonball holes in the sides of their buildings and, kind of cleaning up the dead pirates and putting them all into pile either to, I'm not sure what burial rites would be around here. They could probably bury them. They're probably not going to leave them out in the forest for whatever comes close. Probably not burning them with the rain, but yeah. What would you all like to do with your day?
So Clarence starts off bright and early, skipping around the town, playing joyful tunes to uplift the people. I do realize that the little ghosty accompaniments will happen, but I like to think of us as like a cute little train of everybody skipping in a line. We're all playing happy tunes together. We got a bigger band this time. Got to round out the horn section,
It's a little parade.
It's turned into a ska band somehow. Like there's a brass section in the back there.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I was gonna say there goes the baker with his tray like
Oh my gosh.
Clarence
How many
Yes.
bars of Disney can you do before you get a copyright strike?
We've already gone too far.
Several.
Yes. But okay, yeah, Clarence, you boosting the mood of everybody, and despite the rain and everything else, you have your little parade as you are playing a jaunty tune through the town, and it seems to lift the spirits of people who have been held captive for quite some time and have only recently been free to now fixing up their home. What about everybody else?
I guess I would be in charge of just getting the pirates ready to be under the command of Ferdinand, and then having Ferdinand be under the command of my wife.
Absolutely. Yes, as you quickly deign him a captain and then your wife an admiral, you have established a hierarchy.
Solid. If there are any I don't know, like window dressings or maybe chests full of nice fabrics or anything like that. I think Betty would like to take her fantastic knowledge of knots and net weaving and translate that into sewing to make a flag for the ship in Argus's colors.
Absolutely. I love that. Do you have... I think there would probably be something aboard the ship, so I'm not going to ask if you have the tools for it. Do you want to give me a sleight of hand? And with advantage, as you are translating your...
Sleight of hand here. Oh, it's not bad. 17.
Yeah. More than sufficient to sew a flag. Argus, I think I have it written down here what your colors are, unless you remember.
I think we might have written down. I have it in mind. If I got it correctly, I'm not sure. I believe it was. Was it like golden? Was it like golden red? I can't remember.
I think it was, because I don't have that one for anybody else. So yeah, I do think it was golden red.
Yeah, and it's like the royal gold and the like auburn / like fall red.
Yes, because Killian was known as the Scarlet King, so I think red is very apt.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a new flag, as you lower the flag of Balthazar Blackbones, new colors fly aboard the Golden Havoc.
Fantastic.
Mochi's sleeping in. We've been marching, we've been fighting.
There's a late night phone call to Hath.
Exactly. General late night phone calls. We're apparently waiting for Soren to pop back up out of wherever he is, but I know he's safe. So, yeah, sleeping in. Wake up, cast disguise self so I look like a red panda again.
Yes.
Then go back to sleep. Priorities.
Does that take a spell slot doing that?
Yeah.
I love that we now have spell slots to use. I don't want to say waste because it's not a waste, but you know what I mean. Like,
It's
just-
fortunately it's
just
only
use.
first level because I get it from trickery and shadow touched.
oh,
Mm.
okay.
It matches by subclasses.
All right.
Oh, and if Betty can like stumble by somewhere around breakfast, so I can like half asleep just sort of go, Death Lord.
That actually reminds me, you might not need to do that anymore.
Ooh.
It was never about whether or not it was a practical concern. I'm not exploding another friend.
No, that's fair. I totally get it. I'm just saying. The level up was helpful.
On a player level, I understand that Mochi is going to keep Betty alive because you're here because of Mochi. And even though Marley wasn't there because of Mochi, yeah, no, mentally we're not dealing with this, so we're just gonna cast Death Ward every breakfast.
Solid. Absolutely. Yes. It probably won't be around breakfast time because sewing takes time, as I'm
sleeping in. All right, Death Ward for lunch.
Got it.
I've given myself a spell slot less because I assume I just always cast Death Ward on Betty in the morning or afternoon or whatever.
I have added it to the main page of my character sheet. It's just there all the time now.
Look, we've seen Clarence pop back up. Argus, absolutely solid. Both knew what they were getting into in this little adventure. Betty literally came along because Mochi went, hey, do you want to go do something fun? Like, if Betty dies, I don't think Mochi will ever recover. So we're just sticking with the Death Ward.
That's valid.
Okay. As you all are kind of moseying about for the morning, Kaio, the little Tilia, comes trotting up to where we could find first. Mochi's sleeping in, so we'll say, Betty's one of the taller ones. That's, I believe, went on land, or did Betty stay on the ship?
No, Betty stayed on the ship.
Okay. Remember me who went on land then. It was Mochi and Clarence? Okay. Then Clarence, as the parade is going on, Kaio's just
They
gonna...
left us unsupervised.
Kai's gonna walk up. I'm really sorry to interrupt your music playing. I was just wondering when we're gonna be leaving.
That's a good question. We should probably get going soon, right? Because I imagine traveling at nighttime in that is not recommended.
Yeah, night times when the predators tend to come out. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. I mean, they're out pretty much all the time. It's the jungle. It's a pretty inhospitable sort of living area.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time. All right, let me just let me see if I can call them. Clarence is gonna play like some sort of like rally song that I feel like everyone would have heard Clarence play at least once before. That's basically like people get up, gather your stuff, we're headed out.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine it's like the cleanup song, but a little bit more arm yourselves, grab your rations, we're headed out. Like,
Yeah, alright. Wait, did Soren show up? Is that why we're going?
nope,
Soren?
that's why we're going.
No, it's me,
Okay.
Kyle. I'm not.
Hi,
we don't
Kyle.
all. Hi.
No, we talked yesterday. I was just because we were also staying to see if Soren would show up.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't, so we're gonna go anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Sad. Oh well.
I'm sure he'll catch up.
This is their home, so there's no way.
Yeah, they'll find us. They live here. And now
I trust
Kyle
them.
can workshop taglines with Clarence.
For real, huh? Oh god, that's gonna
Yeah,
be a great part of the trip.
Are you just a guide for this area? Do you guide other things? What do you normally do, like groups or adventures? Or, are you like a high adrenaline, high risk type of guide, or are you kind of like the scenic tour kind of guide?
I'm a little bit of everything. I mean, I can do the high risk kind of stuff, but I don't really hold up my own too well in a fight. I'm more of just like, hey, here's a pretty waterfall. There's a neat rock.
Aw.
There's a flower that you shouldn't go near. Please stop going near that flower. Please. It's very poisonous. Okay, now it's trying to eat you. Okay, I told you so.
Question.
I'm hearing like we had an episode.
I feel like you went somewhere we can't follow.
Yeah. Are we
Ooh, a
taking...
trauma dump.
Look, trauma buddies, you and me. Are we taking like the cart or nah? Are we walking?
I don't think we can take the card.
I have backpacks you could rent.
No, I don't have that much stuff. I
Okay,
just like the cart.
that's a pretty good philosopher.
Thanks.
So sorry.
I didn't get into school. Thanks for reminding me.
Shame.
Oh my god.
Fortunately, Mochi's camping shit is all one cute little rod, so I don't have to carry anything heavy. But it's warm.
Pretty sticky out there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
are the ship-bound crew people here yet?
I think just like as before we're leaving, Argus is talking with Jasmine, Lorelai, and Ferdinand, and it's just being like that is how it's gonna work. Yes, you are captain, but they are your boss. And I don't know where you fit. He like points over to Lorelai. I don't know where you fit in yet, but you do have your weight in gold to take. As this was payment, like I said. So if you want to end the contract here, if you want to extend it, that's on you.
You have done everything you said. You paid me very handsomely. I can continue with you into the jungle, or I can stay behind and watch over all of the things that you now have come into ownership of. At this point, I would like to consider myself officially hired. Hey, you're welcome. I don't want to have to sign any W-2s or anything like that. And yes, I am now fully under your employ. No other strings attached, as you took those strings, picked them up by the ankle, and then threw them at another one of the strings.
And like looks over at Jasmine. He's like, is that a good? I don't know what a W2. I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't. Is that for taxes? I don't. What I don't pay taxes.
Oh, that's right. You don't pay
As
taxes.
mercenaries?
He's tax exempt. He's the king.
I don't know what any of those forms are or words you've said, but
Yes, even as an assassin, the thing I fear the most is the IRS.
I've heard terrible things about them. I've heard that they are a most formidable foe.
It's
Mhm.
okay. If you're religious, you're also tax exempt. It's okay.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
you almost got me. You almost got me to be like, oh, really? And almost got me. Sly, slick.
Derek, can we say that during Mochi's nightly rambling, she took the Pirate King's corpse and tied him to the anchor? Because I felt like we promised we'd do that.
That was a promise that happened.
There was something you guys had talked a lot about. Yeah. Yeah, Mochi, sure. In the middle of the night, before you communed with your god, you took a corpse in a
Goddess.
boat. Goddess, thank you. Took a corpse into a longboat. Well, the pieces of it, as Argus did mechanically make it
It's the only reason Mochi can even carry this, I think.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's pieces at a time in the rain.
You probably
Um,
found
ro-
one of Betty's older nets or something.
Oh, perfect.
Tucked
Oh,
in the
so
bag
like-
somewhere.
Like Chewbacca with C-3PO in Empire Strikes Back, you have
Yes, exactly.
pieced them all together, put them over the back,
oh my god.
and taken it. Did you notify anyone, or was it just like?
No, I don't
okay.
think she would have.
Perfect.
I
That's
think she
even
would have
better.
left it as a surprise in the morning. Go ta-da!
Oh my god.
So,
There's a serial killer out about.
so glad you're still resting. Otherwise, you would absolutely have a point of exhaustion. As Mochi, like this,
I
you
rested first.
raised the anchor, like by yourself, like doing the little like it's the thing where you like walk around, you like crank the anchor back up, just to again go back down the ladder to the longboat that you have tied off, attach the net to it, and then go back up, release the lever to drop anchor. And like at some point, Argus, you would have awakened with those with like the sound of the chain just dropping back down as the ship rocks just a little bit. And you're like, wait, is somebody messing with the anchor? And Jasmine's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's probably just Mochi.
She's not wrong. You're not wrong. Exactly. That's all
Or it's
you,
probably just Mochi.
probably just Mochi. Yeah. That's all you need to say. And Argus is like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when we see the boat later, we're like, yep, that was Mochi. Yep.
Don't worry. I totally did what we said we would do, and I tied the pirate to the anchor, and I dropped the anchor down.
That's good. I'm sure the fish appreciate that in some capacity.
I know I look pretty bony.
Okay.
So we should go. And like he looks at everybody else. We should go. If Soren's not with us, we should hope they'll find us. They'll signal us somehow. They'll turn to sand and pop up somewhere. Did you tell us what happened when you tried to use a sending spell?
Yes. Oh, she would at this point. She's like, okay, don't worry. Hath still likes me.
That's good. Oh, but that was an issue? I didn't think that was.
I had to check. I should not dedicate a cannon to her.
Oh, well. Oh, that's surprising. I'm surprised at that.
Something about religious warfare, not being a prank technically. Well, I'll get into it with her later.
Yeah.
Oh, there was something else. Oh, the clanny people are technically being influenced by something on the outside that's making them less friendly. So they're not just like being assholes, they're like being influenced to be assholes. So maybe we shouldn't discriminately kill those.
Got
Just
that.
maybe some caution.
I can do that. I've
but-
got my discriminate killing out with the pirate.
Oh, good. And Soren is technically safe.
Was technically me.
Not dying faster than we are, but not here with us.
Huh.
So wait, you tried to you did a sending spell and you tried to talk to him and he said
Nothing.
I'm fine.
And
I'm not
also his
dying?
sister, also nothing. And that's when I
Oh.
asked Hath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not good. Well, magic. Can't they just talk whenever they want with that spell? I thought that's how
Well,
it worked.
either they're ignoring me, which fair. Some people do that sometimes, and it really hurts my feelings.
Oh,
But
of
you
course.
can't put yourself out there without risking it sometimes. Or they're not on this plane of existence. But it did feel like it sort of went through, so they're not dead.
Right.
So, but I still checked with Hath if it was like why are you sleeping? You should be out there rescuing poor defenseless, currently dismembered Soren, but that wasn't like that. So we're not super hurry.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I've gotten all the information you've given me. It's magic, so I've got no like inkling of how it works. But if they're influenced by something, I'm guessing lifts the bag up, bringing this thing back to them should probably help.
Right.
Get their
That's
minds
what I'm
back.
thinking.
So hopefully, the closer we get, the better they'll be. We'll see.
It's either that or an evil skull. We'll see.
Wow, I hate that those are our options. Okay. Those are only options? Magically?
There's probably more options, but I also had to get some sleep, and tying a bird to an anchor is really hard work, so I didn't like sit down and list out options. Those were just the ones that came to me at the top of my head.
It looks at Jasmine, you were right. Yeah, that was
Yeah, those. Mochi, it is at this point, and I may be stretching the 2024 rules of sending a little bit here, but it does say it can respond within 8 hours. So maybe at the very, very extent of 8 hours, you do hear a response. And it is a frantic voice from Sobi, who is Soren's sister, as she says, Mochi, it's Sobi. I'm sorry. We need your help.
Shit.
I thought we could do this alone, but we can't. Follow the river. Please help now.
Oh,
Okay, ignore what I just said. We are in a hurry. Sobi just answered. They tried to do it alone. They're fucking it up. We need to follow the river, and we need to go help them.
Okay, got that. Cool, that's all I needed to know.
Right.
All right, everybody, let's go. Let's get
Kyle pops up. Am I still coming, or is this like
you were still
double-
coming.
Yes.
You were still
Still
coming.
Yeah.
Cool.
but we're traveling along the river.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if that changed anything for you.
I mean, no. I'm really surprised you all were willing to pay 5,000 gold a day for my services, but most
I'm
people were
sorry,
like
what?
really turned off by that price. Yeah, you all just like
Well,
agreed right off the bat. That was really wild.
But
Yeah,
even
Argus
Argus,
did.
we agreed
Argus
to
is
what?
good for it.
yeah. But also,
I'm just kidding. This is part of the thing you get with my services. My wonderful sense of humor.
it's so good. I
Argus,
will
can
add
we
that to
keep
your
him for
song.
real?
I love how flat the delivery was. Flat and quick the delivery is. I mean, like I look over at Jasmine, they're probably having a mini heart attack thinking about the money that they just said. And it's just like, it's hey, hey, might get paid if we all live, and just walks off.
Hey, that's the contract I have with most of my groups. I don't get paid a lot. Let's go.
That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. That's a terrible sign.
Good.
Kind of shrugs, looks back at you. Womp womp. And goes walking off.
Put that on any business card.
How often is he the only survivor?
I'm guessing all the time.
The biggest concern of all is when only the guide makes it back.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh
Oh no, what have you done?
no! You hired him.
Technically, I guess.
And as Kyle leads you all into the jungle, away from Wayfair, following the river and into the thick of it, that is where we will end our session for today. We will pick up perhaps next week, maybe in 2 weeks. Stay posted. We'll let you know. I want to have these lovely folks say more about themselves and where you can find more of them. Please do so. Please support them in any projects that they are, anything that they are making, anything that they are cast in, any just everything. Please go and support them in everything you can. So, Shadow, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Sorry, I had to make sure I was unmuted. Hello, everybody. I am Shadow. You can find me ever relevant at Shadow Sylvia. I played Clarence today. Yeah, you can find me here on Tuesdays, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday at least. Where I'm playing Gate Night, Baldur's Gate 3. Gosh, I know words. With Derek and the lovely Lady Dave. So tune in. It's a good time. We're definitely finding love in all the wrong places, and we're on part 3 of the Bad Daddy episodes. If you know, you know. And wait, I'm sorry. I'm also an admin over on World E5. We specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. We just wrapped up some special events that we had for February's Black History Month, and now we're about to hit the ground running with some punk games. March is our punk month, and we have a cute little saying that actually got made up. That was the March showcase for the rebels, the disobedient, the disdainful, and the divine. So come join us if that's your vibe. This Wednesday, we're playing, I think it's pronounced cyberpunk. It's CBR plus PNK, which I believe is cyberpunk.
Yes.
It's definitely gonna have some of those video game vibes, so tune in for a cyber good time, and otherwise check out the schedule for other things we have coming up. Okay, that's everything. Now I'm gonna stop talking now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Shadow. Please never, and this goes to all of you, never feel like you are taking too much time. The time is absolutely yours, and we want to hear about all the stuff that you have. The spotlight might feel bright for a moment, but it is all yours for however long you need it. That said, Liz, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hi, friends. I'm Liz. I have been Betty, and yeah, gosh, we didn't explode or go down today, so that's great. This is fantastic. I'm here on Sundays. This is currently the only place you can find me streaming. I am working on that. Hopefully we'll be back with more game streams soon. The only thing that I have upcoming, last week we added a new game to my itch.io page, so if you don't already follow me over there, it's EM Josiah at itch. So we just released a game last week called From My Rotting Body Flowers Shall Grow, which is a game about dying in the afterlife. So if those things are your vibe, maybe check that one out. Next week we have a new game coming called The Convenience Store at the End of the World, which is also a game about the afterlife, but you play a store clerk who is helping other people move on. So if you are a person who enjoys story generating prompts, this basically helps you create an interaction with a person that you are helping move on to their next life. So again, if those are your sorts of vibes, I think this is the last game that is about the afterlife that is like forthcoming. So happier things are on the horizon, but yeah, that's where you can find me right now. That's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Liz. Next up would typically be Queon, and I do want to say that you can find all of Queon's socials at Brother Queon. That is BRUTHAQUEON. I know that a big project that Queon has been working on is shoot, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's the armory clothing
Plot Armory.
Plot Armory. Thank you so much, Liz. Which I believe I'm going to look up right now. I think they're still working on the website itself, but the socials are available, so you can see plotarmory.com, Plot Armory at Blue Sky. And then hopefully soon they will have a full launch here with some cool stuff. But in the meantime, follow them on social media and support them as they get their feet. And we're looking forward to some really cool stuff. Next up, then we have Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she/they pronouns, and I'm here on Sundays. And at one point, Humblewood Season 2 is going to be finished. Probably somewhere around August, at which point I will still be here on Sundays, but I'll be running games, and currently planned are Tales from the Loop and Mothership, and I also want to do Eat Life because I just bought it and it's gorgeous, and I promised I would try something cute again, so probably like Monster Care Squad or something, but we'll see when I have time and players. Keep an eye on the Sword and Key socials, because that is where we will tell you we are looking for players should you be interested in joining something on this really cool channel that's being run by people much cooler than I am.
Hard to achieve, but thank you.
And yet you manage. Well done.
Hardly. Last but absolutely not least, we have Christian.
Hey Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internets. I'm an award-winning teacher, RPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. And I got my wife back, my paramour, my everything. We're together. It's so good. And yet I had to leave her again to save the world, I guess. Fine. But yeah, I got a ship. I got my wife, and I'm ready to do the thing.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, definitely check out all of these folks in all of their spaces, social media. Support them in any way you can. Buy their stuff, cast them in things. It's the least you can do. For myself, for Sword and Key, I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I am the Sword Half of Sword and Key. If you would like to find all of Sword and Key stuff, you can do so in one neat, nice place at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find links to our Discord, where you can hang out with cool folks, be part of our community, and chat about almost anything, really. But even games like this. You can see our socials. Right now, we're using Blue Sky and Instagram. I believe Instagram is sword_and_key. Otherwise, Blue Sky is just all one word with and spelled out. You can also see our ongoing philanthropic endeavors. This game is in support of Fauna and Flora International, and your donations can continue to help or hinder this cast and crew by providing advantages, crits, complications, all different types of fun things. If you were also looking for other things to donate to, we have Palestine Children's Relief Fund, Canyon Companions for Independence, and likely others as we move forward. We'll have some months that are dedicated to singular causes as well down the line. You can also, on the beacons, find links to some of our wonderful affiliates. We are affiliates with a number of great companies, including Long Dog Dice, our newest affiliate, who makes just amazing dice sets. I was just looking through the store a little bit ago, and I noticed that a lot of stuff is sold out. Never forget that you can actually commission dice sets as well. So if you are looking for something specific, especially as a gift for yourself, or maybe your GM, hint, hint, you can do so. There is a form in the frequently asked questions. So Jen is working her butt off to refill the shop right now, but definitely if there is like a specific color palette you're looking for, fill out the form. It's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. And you get something exactly that you're looking for. And that includes like coasters, sets of D6s, sets of D10s, or, your full TTRPG dice set of the standard 7 dice. We are also affiliates with Wishbone Cosmetics. If you're looking for some cool makeup that comes from the UK, it's a vegan makeup product that is from a queer-owned company, and you can use a code EVA for that. All of the codes are on the beacons. Most of the time, if you actually click on the link, it autofills the code for you, so you don't have to worry about that. We are also affiliates with Eldritch Foundry if you're looking for custom minis, regardless how weird and wild your TTRPG character happens to be. And perhaps most poignant, we are affiliates with Hit Point Press, the makers of Humblewood, and the Griffin Saddleback book that I was reading from earlier, and the Islands of Sina Una, and the animated spell cards, and Fablemaker's deck, and so many other cool things. There's music licenses, there's stuffed animals, there's miniatures, tons of cool stuff. You can't really go wrong. Please check out our custom link if you are going to be shopping from Hit Point Press at all, because it helps us out, helps them out, and helps you out a little bit too. Also on the beacons, you can find a link to the podcast Monster Crush. That is a podcast the only podcast currently part of the Sword and Key Network. There's a podcast my friend LD and I do. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth, and how smoochable they are. We should have a new episode coming out probably late tonight, early tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. This will be, it is March once again. So last year we did our in the March of Madness Salty 16 single elimination smooch bracket, where we talked about Lovecraftian monsters. We were doing that again with even more Lovecraftian monsters. So things get sticky and tentacly and weirdly predictable if you know LD at all. Check that out wherever podcasts are found. Believe that's it. Let's look at the calendar. So today, there we go. Like I said, Monster Crush will likely be out later today. Emerald City Comic Con is coming up this coming weekend, the 6th through the 9th. Eva and I are planning on attending on the 7th. That is Friday. So we'll make a post that day. But if you are going to be attending Emerald City Comic Con, look out for us. We'd love to meet up with you. Maybe get something here, get drinks, or just walk around, check out cool stuff. That we might have a movie night that night. We might not, because I don't know what time we'll be getting back, so I might have to shift that. Nevertheless, we have a planned Sword and Tea on the 8th at noon, but I'm still waiting to hear back some other stuff about that, so that might get moved. Nevertheless, we do have the return of Horizon's Call for Season 5 at 3 p.m. Pacific Time on Saturday the 8th, and we have a wonderful guest who will be joining us for the first 3 weeks of that season. After that, Humblewood may be playing next week. I'm not sure. We do have at least one player out, so we'll get back to you on that. We'll let you know. Other than that, as Shadow mentioned, Gate Night, which is at 7 p.m. Pacific Time here on Sword and Key, where we play Baldur's Gate 3 with Shadow, myself, and LD. That is going to be off this week, but we'll return on the 11th and play us every Tuesday again at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Yeah, other than that, we have movie nights every other week on our Discord. You can join that through the beacons, and it's free. Everybody's welcome. Horizon's Call will play every Saturday unless otherwise noted. Humblewood's going to play every Sunday until it's done. Probably not till August, Anniek. And then I can give this time slot back to Anniek. And then Monster Crush comes out every other week. So we will have some more applications out soon for a handful of games. One of the nice things about Sword and Tea is we get to see some really cool games featured. Just yesterday, we talked to Andy from Pandion Games about a low magic, like Dying Sun kind of fantasy, cozy dark fantasy game called Midnight Muscadines that I'm very excited for when that releases, because that'll be a really cool game to run. But in the meantime, we've got a handful of other cool things that we're looking to run in the near future. And like I said, months where we'll do charity features, and we'll have tons of one-shots and short-run games for those sorts of things. And we'll have applications out for all of those. Applications will always appear on our Discord first and our social media second. So join the community. It doesn't hurt you any. All that said, we are going to hop over to Help Action Needed, where one of my favorite people and players, Maz, is streaming along with some other very lovely folks. So go spread some positivity over there and take care of yourselves and others. And until next time, remember the Humblewood motto, no body, no crime, no drama. And I think that still counts even if you attach it to an anchor. We'll see you next time.